rolled a 9.
Okay.
All right.
It would help if
It
I
is
rolled
running
better.
now. That is your warning.
Yay.
Oh shit. Okay, thanks, Penelope. Let's see.
Eh.
Just for. Oh
That's-
no, not Bjorn.
That's one louder. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
damn.
Use up all your good rolls.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Misha's not there, so I'm not. Well, I guess he was there for the first part. I'm
Yeah.
not rolling for him. Mishka's recap is we go fast.
We go fast by punching.
By punching. Yeah.
Yeah, I can give a quick recap.
Do
So Team Furious, which held very true to its name, decided that they were going to give the ambush of ambushes, and we had everyone up top where we were before, and we waited for patrol to show up, and as the little first marching crew came down, when the first made it to the opening on the other side, Diana put a beautiful wall of was it water or ice? Ice just straight up and freaked the dude out, while the other dude at the back got murdered like instantly, and then Anis got the guy in the middle and just dragged him up by his neck with a thorn whip, and then dropped him. He was barely hanging on to life. Derek, the angel and best boy that he is, really did miss all of his shots, but he could dodge like the wind and return said shots of bullets. Then we have Freddy, doing Freddy things where he just hurts people very well. And then in retaliation to the pain, the trio got shrapnel launched. And again, Derek, amazing. Annis, I think, saved as well. And then Freddy was the only one that really got hit by the shrapnel. And then
No,
at that,
Ennis took some damage.
some damage? Okay.
Derek completely missed, and Freddy and Annis both took some damage.
Because the reason I remember is like, did Annis take any? Was because Annis was doing great and then decided she was going to come off the side of the rock and was like, I've got this, y'all. Like, I'm great at this. And then rolled a nat 1 and
Yeah.
took more damage falling.
Yeah, she did more damage falling than she did from the shrapnel, you're right.
Yeah. And then so we had like 2 guys left at that point, and one of them had full health, the other was doing not too hot. And Diana came in clutch and was like, hey, you're gonna come over to me and you're gonna be my homie now. And dude just failed both his saves. So she was just like, yeah, he's gonna be a problem. And he was like, I got you, my queen, and then shot the guy. And then he missed. And then it was like, she was like, disappointing. And he's like, I could do better. And then she was like, that's what they all say. That's what all men say. She's like, better leave it to professionals. And then Bjorn was like, that's me. I'm professional. And then murked a man. And then we kind of left off with like this dude totally entranced by Diana. And we're about to siphon all the information out of him.
Cersei did manage to mock a guy to death.
Oh, yes, that was great.
And we should say, I think we had a brief at the beginning. It was the whole entire group, and then we split up into 2 teams at the beginning, which was the advance party that are going ahead and trying to get ahead of the harvesters.
Yeah,
Team
fast, yeah.
which is Aiden and Inan, Mishka, Penelope, Johnny, and Buck, and then Morgan is Morgan. And then Team Furious are the reserve party coming in from the back who did the ambush, and that was, of course, Annis and Cersei, Bjorn, Diana, Derek, Freddy, and Hemlock is there too.
Moral support.
Yeah. Oh, we also have a wind elemental on the field in play. It was to get rid of the smoke, but now we just have the wind elemental at our disposal for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Also of note, the guy that you have like taken, like hostage, 1 HP.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right. It was the 1 HP guy.
Yep. 1 HP and charmed.
Love that.
Yeah.
Just how you do it.
You get all the information you need. And you're welcome too. And it's it's fine. Then we continue on. Leave no witnesses.
Okay. So for the session, we're gonna start. I'm not gonna bother pulling up the map since you're just talking to a dude. But you've got them charmed. I don't think you're getting a whole lot of resistance, so I don't think this is going to get that drawn out. You are welcome to interrogate your victim. Who is doing what?
So I think the best course of action would be for Diana, obviously, because she's the one that charmed him. Diana, Annis, and Bjorn to be the ones interrogating, so that we all get to do something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Bjorn will pipe in like every now and then if there's anything that potentially is missing. But I think like especially like Annis, since you've got like the base knowledge. I know you said you kind of like the big team shared with the side teams, but yeah.
Well, Annis also has the most out of everyone in the party, the most experience dealing with harvesters. Trying to talk them out of their harvester life.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's up to y'all.
Okay, so the battle has just concluded. Jimothy, well, we don't know his name yet. We have one harvester with 1 HP, and a whole bunch of people that just murdered all of the rest of the harvesters.
I feel like Diana knows his name is Jim. I could be wrong. I might have completely just been like, oh yeah, sure, she asked him.
Oh, and we also got a whole bunch of swag.
Oh yeah,
all of the dead bodies.
Yeah, let me just dump that in the party sheet, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
You already know what's attached to my shoulders.
Do you want me to start? Do you want to start since it's your guy that you charmed?
He's charmed and passive, so I'm just going to react. He doesn't have any initiative of his own. So how about?
I can finish typing this later, so I can start.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Diana will be like, all right, okay, that was a lot, but Jim, was it?
Yes, my name is Jim.
So we're gonna ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Of course. Anything I can do to help.
Okay. Let's see. So, where exactly is the base for the harvesters?
Let me pull up the map for you, just for reference. We will have a picture. Hooray!
Yay!
And I feel like we know that, but we're just asking him just to make sure there's not more than one base or anything like that.
Whee. Boop.
Annis has cast mending on her shirt to patch up all the holes from where the shrapnel.
So where?
All right, so for where you are right now, you are in the hex that is above the one that has the. Well, wait, we have little tools for this, don't we? Gotta learn how to use them.
We're in that one.
Yeah, you're in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he says that their base is actually located due east of Ulthar. It's to the east of Ulthar, a bit southeast of here. It's in the Wood Hills.
Okay.
And is there more than one base? Do you have camps or anything like that, or is it just the one base?
We have a few outposts, but they're not as well situated. They're primarily used for supply storage.
Do you know where they are?
I don't know where all of them are, but I've done guard duty at the one to the west of the Ulthar village.
Has her drawn map of Dream's End and is just marking those places down.
It's really more of a warehouse. It's not that exciting. We essentially set up a shipping container.
So you said your name was Jim.
Yes, that's correct.
What are the names of the other guys that we the other guys that were here before?
Oh yeah, okay. So let's see. There was James. There was Jesse. Um, there was John. Uh, if I'm being honest, pretty much all of us started with a J. I think we were given this roll arbitrarily, candidly.
Hmm. So how often do you go to the base?
The main base, fairly often. Like that's usually where we're based. Like we spent the last several months there, if I'm being honest. Like occasionally we would go out to set up things like the, the depot, so to speak, like the storage places. But yeah, we pretty much moved in here earlier this year after the boss gave the strict order to stop harassing phantasmals. So there wasn't
Hmm.
really a whole lot to do up there in a world where they could, beat the shit out of us and we couldn't fight back. So we came down here.
I see. Hmm.
So suppose you want to go into the base. Do you have a special code word or a hand signal or a numerical password, anything like that?
You mean to verify who we are?
Right, just to get into the base.
Uh, each member of the group has their own like ID. Like we have an ID number and we have to give that number and our name to get in. And they have someone on the other side ready to check. But honestly, there are not that many humans here, so we kind of stand out anyway.
Hmm. What about if you're communicating with your group? Do you have hand signals or code words? A secret handshake?
Mostly we just walkie-talkie each other if necessary from like if we're meeting someone and we want to make sure that they're part of the group, um, we don't actually have that much of a system. I think the upper groups maybe have their own stuff going on, but most of us are kind of recruits. They did a bit of a mass recruiting spree at one point, and honestly, I think most of the people who came in out of that went up to the mountains and didn't come back. So, bit of a culling. It's kind of brutal that way. Um, Kind of wish whoever gave the boss whatever conditions he's operating under maybe made him be nice to us too. But we digress. Yeah, in terms of like we've got certain like when you're in the base, you're given the week's password. Um, this week's password is strange. It's Sunny Dancer. Boss thinks it's funny.
Yeah. Sorry.
I believe his exact words were, "He wants a dance, he'll get one."
Well,
Can I assume that Bjorn is relaying this information to Mishka in Team Fast?
Absolutely is like, and I think that's why they're quiet most of the time is that he's just like literally like the court narrator that types everything down. It's just like
Mhm.
sending it over. Oh my god.
oh,
You've been very cooperative so far, Jim. Is that short for anything? Jimothy, Jamantha, Jimbo?
You guys have some very strange assumptions, but it's actually Jimothan.
Jimathan. Okay.
amazing.
Could I just, oh god, if Mishka's relaying this to the group as they're going, could I be like, I didn't relay a message to Mishka to relay relay to Bjorn?
No, we're not
No.
jumping back and forth.
No, like, so I can talk and ask a question as if it was not me, but, like, I did.
So Bjorn is asking a question for Aiden,
Yes,
essentially.
that's essentially is like, Bjorn's relaying this to Mishka, and Aiden's like if Mishka's relaying it to, like, the whole group, Aiden's like, "Relay this back," so I can mouthpiece, like, a question.
Sure.
Sure.
That is up to as long as all of your characters are comfortable playing telephone like that, I don't care.
Ooh.
Just keep in mind that when Mishka sends his message, it's in this accent, and sometimes words get dropped.
Oh god. Oh god. Uh, Essentially, Aiden is hearing this from Mishka and is like, "What do you mean that, like, that's my fault? I said he couldn't hurt people either, or kill them. And then he relays that over. So, like, Aiden is confused on how that like, unless it's just, like, they willingly are walking into this place, because like, the butcher
Technically, the butcher didn't kill the people that went up the mountain. The terrain did.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to confirm. He's like, "Hold on a second." So, okay, it definitely was terrain, but, like
Yeah, like I'm assuming you're actually asking him the question, so his answer response is
yeah.
gonna be, yeah, as it turns out, the boss did not hurt anyone directly. He just made it clear that this was an expectation and that eventually you would be free to remake the world with a wish, and so it would be in our best interest to make that happen for him.
Okay, so yeah, Bjorn's like,
I was wondering why so many of you followed him so willingly into
yeah.
extremely dangerous situations.
Yeah, not your brightest moment there, Jim.
Do you want to live, Jimothy?
I it,
Jonathan.
it is Jimathan, and yes, I would very much like to live. Honestly, I think a lot of us came here because we were told that there's money to be made, and then when we found out that the boss was in line to make a world-altering wish, we didn't want to be on his bad side because I I don't actually know what he's going to wish for, but
That
whatever he
was one
does, I don't want to be on his bad side when he does it.
Oh, don't worry, we're actually going to. I don't think he's going to get the wish that he's thinking he's going to get. So, unfortunately, you are currently already on the losing team.
I mean, based on all the people you just killed, I think you're probably right.
Is he paying you?
Is he paying me?
No, what is he paying you?
Oh, what is he paying me? Well, right now, um, this is more like a you sign on for this and you come here and they take care of your, food, room, board, whatever. And then when it comes time to go back upstairs, um, we're each going to be allowed to bring whatever we can carry that we find here.
Ah,
And based on the amount of things that have been left lying around and what will probably be the case after bosses like pet monster is done with it, I'm confident we'll all be able to find stuff that's worth money upstairs, especially after the price on everything went up from scarcity over the last few months.
yeah, shame that happened. I wonder why that could be. So, speaking of your boss, well, yeah, speaking of your boss, do you know where he is?
Like right now,
Yeah. Well, is he going to
uh,
be at Ulthar, or is
uh,
he just
my
doing what?
understanding is that boss wants us to get those dinosaurs there, and then the assumption is that when the dinosaurs are there, it will get the attention of the guy that boss needs to see. So he should be arriving at some point.
Hmm.
Like we don't get the full itinerary, we're just told our marching orders and where to be. I think the last time someone asked for too many details, the boss reminded them that the other side had someone who can make you dance for her amusement. And so he didn't really want us to know too much.
That's smart, actually. Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know who they could possibly be talking about.
Only other question I have was, I don't want to be the one asking all the questions.
So to be clear, the plan with the T-Rexes was just to lure them into the village and set them loose?
My understanding is that the plan with the T-Rexes was to get them near the village so that the boss could make contact and make it clear that they're about to be let out into the village if the sun catcher does not meet him. But beyond that, I don't know if the plan was to let them loose or if it's just an intimidation tactic. We were just told to get as many of the big meat eaters together as possible.
Mm.
Hmm.
So, earlier you mentioned that there are higher ups. What is the hierarchy of the harvesters?
Oh, that's
Obviously, we
actually
know.
pretty simple. Like, yeah, like boss is at the top.
Right.
Boss has 3 lieutenants, and then each of his lieutenants is in charge of, um, essentially, we've got the seniors and the juniors under that. So it's really just like the 4 levels. Most of the juniors are kind of at the level that we're left on that mountain, if I'm being honest. Um, like that's sort of the boss's thing. He's very into survival of the fittest. So he ranks us based on how effective we could be, but also how well we could take a punch. So like boss is at the top, then he's got his 3 lieutenants who are all pretty strong. Like I wouldn't want to mess with them. And then the seniors are kind of the level that I'm at. And then the juniors are kind of the level of the guys that your group kind of killed earlier. Points in the direction of the original guys you ambushed here who didn't even get armor.
Good to know.
Good to know.
So, okay, you did mention like the passcodes or like the numbers and names on the IDs for the for everybody to get into the base. Do you happen to know the numbers for your buddies over there that
I mean,
unfortunately did not make it? Or
I don't know, but like you're welcome to check their dog tags.
okay, okay. Let's see.
That's all the questions I have for him.
1 second, double checking, making sure I didn't forget anything.
I realized I'm muted. Bjorn kind of pipes up, and he's like, "Where do you have most of your ammunition, your weapons? Are they in the main base, or are they in the depots?"
We spread them out. Like we've obviously got an armory in the base, but like the the more specialized stuff is usually checked out to specific people. Like in the case of this one, we've got what they call Wrangler gear. So like each team of 3 of us has like we've all got guns because duh, I mean dangerous world. But past the guns, um we've got a grenadier who's got a grenade launcher, and his job is to provide the smoke if we need smoke to get close or to get far away, and to provide the kaboom if we need to actually take care of something too big. We've got the actual wrangler whose job it is to um, fire the control device onto the side of something big. Like they seem to work pretty well with these dinosaurs. And then we've got the vanguard whose job is to come in and pop a giant net on these things so that it's easier for the rest of us to actually catch them. You don't really have a lot of room to miss.
And what was your job?
My job?
Yes,
Uh,
what
l-
is your job?
sure, yeah, I was the wrangler for my team.
Mm.
So
So you know how to disable these things, and she just like takes one of the 2 from Bjorn that I think he still has. You know how
I've
to
got like
disable these.
I mean, you can take
What?
the one that he has. He's holding it right
Mm.
now.
yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, Jim pulls out the tube launcher and says, "These things. I mean, there's there's a few things to know about them. I mean, first of all, like they hurt like hell if you touch it while it's active. Um, the idea is that you don't want to be touching it, but when you fire it, it attaches to a creature with like this heavy adhesive. It's kind of a pain to get off, but they're sticky. Like in training, I missed once and I got stuck to the side of a tree, and I practically stripped the bark off the tree getting it back, and they were not happy with me. Um, like we do have like some of this now, and he pulls out a small spray can. This stuff dissolves it. Um, you still have to get close to use it, so it's not actually very useful in practice. Mostly if you like catch a dinosaur and the dinosaur dies and you want to get the thing back, but it's not very useful on something while it's alive. Um,
Thank you so
past,
much. And she just
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
it from
yeah.
him.
It's just like, I want that.
yeah,
Makes Bjorn's
yeah,
job a
sure. I'm
lot
not using
easier.
it. I mean, whatever. He just hands it over.
You
Um,
know, it would be maybe also would be nice. The frequencies for the other dinosaurs that are up ahead, you know.
oh,
What
you
what
mean
kind of
for
frequencies?
triggering the shock?
No, just like the remote. Well, what are the sorry, not those ones. The frequencies for the other ones that were over here, like, and this one, just like the ones that Bjorn has.
Oh, those like they're the
Shit.
the the Wrangler is synced directly to its controller. Like
Mm.
it's not set like I mean whatever this they don't have adjustable frequencies. You don't want to accidentally
Oh,
shock like all of them. They're just paired.
okay. Sorry. Last time I thought you said that you could change the frequencies. That's why I was double checking.
You can. He's telling you that that's bullshit. Um,
Mhm.
you found controls for frequencies on it when you were looking at it on your own, but as it turns out, that bricks them. He's
Gotcha.
explaining to you that that is like essentially a trap.
Oh.
So this one that I'm
Oh.
holding is essentially dead. Can't be used anymore.
I mean, there's probably some way to get it to like repair with a new device, but
Mm.
you would have to get a new device that isn't set. Like they're kind of like headsets. Like
Gotcha.
And
2005 era Bluetooth sucked. Okay.
how would
That's
we break it permanently? Make sure it can never be used, even with a new one.
I mean, you just break it. Still just a device.
I'm not very good with technology, Jimathan.
So you could maybe overload the frequencies on it, and
I
that would
mean,
just
if you're absolutely trying to just brick the thing,
yeah.
um, like unscrew the bottom of it and take out the battery back.
Oh, that's so easy. Okay.
Does anyone have a? She turns it over. Does anyone have a
I
screwdriver?
mean, I have a toolkit for dueling or dueling.
Hands it
What
over.
is dueling?
I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know, but she hands it over. I have a plan.
Okay. Before we go over this plan,
in front of said person.
Oh
well,
no,
it's not even that.
not in front of a dear friend Jimathan here.
That wasn't even it. You know what? Go ahead and talk about your plan. I'll remember what the question was partway through your plan.
Well,
Well,
what I was going to say is, Jimathan, in the future, I would like you to keep in mind that we are sparing your life, and I'm actually going to try to help you, because there are so many other things that you can be doing with your life that are not this. And the butcher does not deserve you. So she
Bjorn
will
snaps.
reach into her pack and pull out some of the not as much cursed gold coins,
I
and she
mean,
will
that's
hand them to him.
like this is great and all, but like I can't get home without him. Like,
You
Yeah,
can.
yes, you can.
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
do
So
you
what
guys
I
have
would like
another
you
way
to,
out?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she hands him the gold. Does he take it?
yeah, like he'll absolutely reach out and take like, yeah, honestly, part of the reason that we're all willing to like go on crazy death marches is because he's the one who controls the door home. But if there's
We can
another way out, then yeah, I mean, this place is great, but like I just saw people get eaten by T-Rexes.
we we can get you out. I just want you to, no matter how your opinion changes of us in about an hour, I want you to remember that I'm giving you this gold and that we kept you alive. And if you stick with us, then you have a very good chance of making it out of this alive.
Okay. Like
And
he
I will
seems
double whatever.
amenable to this plan.
Even if we start killing all of your friends.
Listen, they're not my friends. They are like coworkers and acquaintances at best. Like I didn't come here with friends. I just responded to a job posting.
It was on Craigslist.
You saying something?
Yeah, say, and whatever Anna's just handed you, I will absolutely double it for you.
Okay.
All right. So now what we're going
but-
to do is we're going to you stay here, sit down. You look really tired, so sit down, have yourself a rest, relax. We're going to all go over here and discuss a secret plan.
All right.
Right.
All right.
He sits down and he
before-
pulls out his sandwich.
Okay. And before we discuss this plan, I'm just gonna call you Jim because I'm really big on nicknames. But Jim, not to be like kind of weird when I ask about this, but what are your feelings on cults?
You mean
You do
like
seem
the
to be
Kool-Aid
smart.
people or like old movies?
Like old movies, or like
I mean, I like Groundhog's Day.
or like you know how there's like different clubs where there's like oh, I don't know, a wine tasting club or a lacrosse club.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I was younger, I was in a club that um, we traveled to America for about a month, and we tried to go to as many Hooters as we could. We called it the Owl Club.
You know that tracks. Honestly, that tracks.
You'd be amazed how similar they get.
Yeah, yeah. I may have also been to one or two of those. Um,
Oh, hoot
so
hoot!
we're gonna put that information aside. I just want you to or consider the cult of Penelope. I don't have any answers for
Like
you right now.
the pig.
No, like the pop star.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the boss has
Yeah.
a lot of opinions about her.
Yeah.
I'll bet he does.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Just consider that may be a better option than being in the Harvesters.
Oh, I mean, like I said, like if you're offering me a way out, like this wasn't really what I thought we were going to end up in Narnia, and it turns out we ended up in a place with like big scary animals trying to. You know what? We're kind of in Narnia now that I'm actually saying it out loud. Um, so yeah, like I'm fine with going home. I have no desire to see this play out. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I thought maybe we could come into this and be like kind of badass, military dudes, and they're going to give us guns and stuff. But like the boss's monster scares me, and I don't want to be around that thing anymore.
I actually what do you know about the boss's monster?
It's scary as hell.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if anybody can really tell that chick what to do. She screams all the damn time, like you can't sleep. And when she moves, she just goes from one place to another in a blink, and wherever she goes, you could just feel the air popping around it. Like my ears popped one time when she was 20 feet away from me. Shit's
Ooh.
terrifying.
Yeah. Have you interacted with her at all?
God, no.
Probably.
No, like she's on fire. I'm not touching that.
So she's literally on fire.
Sometimes.
What about when she's not on fire?
When she's not on fire, she's got red hair. Like it kind of still looks a little bit like fire, but I don't know, like that shit's intense. Like, have you ever? Okay, so think about it like this. Imagine you're standing on train tracks
Uh-huh.
and you hear a noise in the distance and you feel the ground shaking under you
Right.
and you see the train coming and you know that if
Mm-hmm.
you stay there, you're going to die.
Right.
Okay, now imagine you can't see the train coming, but you have that feeling all the time.
Right.
That is what she does to people. No one wants to be around her.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Um,
Like, I was in the mountains when she started tearing those bug people apart.
right.
And, like, I already had a buzz headache from hell just being there. But she was jumping up there and she was just grabbing pieces of them and just taking them off and then throwing them around like they were toys. Like, I don't know. It's messed up. It didn't even look like she was having fun. She was just angry.
So she's got like anger issues, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
It's just
hmm.
like it was one of those things where like every morning, like if you managed to get to sleep, because we had so much stuff to do that we were tired, but if you managed to get to sleep, you were okay for a little bit. But one of two things woke you up. It was her screaming or the sound of horns followed by her screaming. Like that's really it. Like horns and screaming or just proactive screaming.
Horns like from a lot, like wake up noises, or like from her.
Like trumpets. Like the boss would, I don't know, like it's like he like Good Morning Vietnam or something. I don't know. But like he just blasts trumpet noises first thing in the morning. And if that didn't get you off, the screams definitely did.
What kind of tune?
I don't know, like some kind of military bugle shit.
Ah, hmm.
Okay, so question about the screams.
Mhm.
Are they more like angry screams or more like
I'm on
agonizing
fire.
or agonized screams or like shrieking like
Like like pissed off, whatever I get to first isn't gonna move again, screams. Like just
Hmm.
hmm,
angry. I don't think that she's hurting. I think she's here to hurt.
gotcha. And has your boss happened to mention her name or any sort of I don't know, has he like given her a nickname of some sort?
I mean,
Or does he
mostly he
refer
just
to her as something?
like he calls her red sometimes, but I don't know if that means anything. I mean, for obvious reasons, red hair, red flames,
Yeah,
screaming.
yeah. So he calls her Red, hasn't really like said a name or anything like that, right?
No, but admittedly, he's like that all the time. He seems to enjoy just giving people names and just using whatever he calls them, regardless of what their names are. Like the type.
Yes, I know the type
Mhm.
exactly. Don't know anybody like that, but I
Not
know
at
what you're
all.
talking about. Um, and so he hasn't like referred to her as um berserker. Well, I'm trying to think of a kind of cool. As like you know how like some people will have like titles or categories
Like you're a
um
senior?
like like I mean you could call some people a lieutenant or you could call some people like an archer
Oh,
or
you mean like her job?
yeah.
Um, Mostly he calls her red, or every now and then, like when we're using call signs on the radio or whatever, he'll refer to her as Charlie Fox, which is troubling.
Mm, okay. Wait, why is that troubling?
Charlie Fox is like CF, as in
Yeah.
cluster.
Clusterfuck.
Oh,
Mm.
clusterfuck. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if you were the type that would be offended by that kind of language. He says as
Okay.
he's sitting next to the gore of his dead friend.
You know, it is what it is. Um,
But yeah, he pretty much just says that on account of that's what happens when she shows up.
fair. Um, hmm. All right. All right. Yeah. You sit there, eat your lunch, just have a moment to think. I'm gonna go over here and speak with these two. So, how many do we have? I'm gonna speak with the rest of the group.
Okay. He
And
sits there and just continues to like be all sore and bloody from nearly dying.
um, hold please.
He's going to be taking a rest,
He better.
spending what few hit dice he has.
I don't know if we're gonna be here for long enough for it to be a short rest. So we can.
She has no healing spells, so.
Anna does, but she doesn't want to spend the
Yeah, no,
resource.
no. It was gonna be one of those things where if she had like healing word or something, she was gonna give him a couple HP, but that's Penelope and not Diana.
So we can go over
but
the
yeah,
plan
so
now, or we can do it whenever we pick back up with Team Furious, or we can do it off screen and have it be a surprise.
we could like make a just like quick discussion of the plan. I don't want to like hash out full details, but
Yeah. That what we want to do?
I think so.
Okay. So she's gonna wait for everyone else except for Jamantha to gather up. She's gonna be like, all right, this plan might seem a little crazy, but here's my idea. So we're going to polymorph one person into a T-Rex. We're going to put that disabled thing on them so that they look like they're being controlled. The rest of us are going to dress up like harvesters.
Okay.
See where I'm going with this plan?
I think so. So we have a T-Rex and we have the harvester, so it's like, oh my gosh, here's this group. They're coming back to join the rest of the group.
We don't look like the others, though.
So Casta, she gestures over to Cersei, can make herself look exactly like one of these corpses, except not dead. So we can do that. We have Jimothy over there. Points to the two boys. You two, if you're okay. Actually, I have a question. Were any of the harvesters wearing headgear, like helmets, hats, anything like that?
Of these ones, like some of them are wearing hats, like not like military grade hats or anything, more like douchey fedoras or whatever they thought looked
Cool.
cool.
Great. So she's gonna gesture to Derek and Freddie. You two, with wearing the hats and not looking directly at people, might be able to pass for harvesters. And I can clean the clothes up before you put them on. I can also wear one and just put all of my hair under a hat. So that really leaves you two.
This
Yeah.
this is not being hidden, and he just points to his tusk.
But you can just stealthy, right?
Yes.
So really, I think that you need to be the T-Rex, Diana.
Oh. Is that a good idea?
So you'll have the intelligence of a T-Rex, but it's not like you're suddenly going to decide that we all look like tasty snacks, unless you already want to eat us, and you're just
Why?
not telling us.
I'm not a cannibal.
Hear me out.
Hearing?
Points over to Derek. No offense, but I feel Diana would be better in a fight, and you'd make a great dinosaur.
You would make a great dinosaur. But
Derek stares back at you and he's like, I'm very good in a fight, thank you, but I respect your desire to see me as a dinosaur. I would also like to see me as a dinosaur.
But
Um,
if we put her in a harvester uniform,
oh, they're going to know.
they're going to know.
They're going to know. She just gestures to herself like,
Even I'm a little bit dicey. I think we can bind these down. She's gesturing to her chest. And if I stay in the back of the group and I have a hat on, I might pass as a harvester. But there's no disguising gestures to Diana.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, yes, I do. But I don't know what you're talking about.
We could always turn you into a dinosaur, but could you keep communicating with the other group as a dinosaur?
No, that would break everything.
I thought so.
Will I get to be a cute dinosaur?
Cute is subjective. I can try and give dinosaur you a little bit of. There's only so much I can do.
Extra eyelashes. It's just, you're just
A little bow. That'd be too
yeah.
obvious.
I also don't really wear bows.
If anyone else has a better plan, I'm all ears. But this was what I cooked up.
I mean, that sounds like a solid plan to me. I assume.
The only thing not as solid as Jimathan should not come with. Jimathan is on death's door and needs safety, and feel like his friends, and like quotation air quotes, would shoot him.
Well, maybe. So if we
You've
all look
seen
like harvesters, they've got no reason to shoot him. And if we leave him here, any dinosaur would immediately kill him. So his best shot at actually making it out is coming with us.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd have to tell him where our base is, which is a bad idea. I don't trust any harvesters.
You could
Or
just tell
come
him
back
to go
for
to,
him, which also probably is not going to happen.
I mean, I was gonna say he could go to Residuum and stay in a safe zone.
He'd have to make it there on foot.
There's tour boats that drive by or float by.
He'd have to make it to water.
Not that far.
Him being along would make it more likely that the other harvesters would not notice that we are not them.
But this charm only lasts for an hour. It's gonna break before then, I would take it.
I don't think it's
So
going to take that long for us to catch up. They're not that far ahead.
actually, that is a good question. Like, how far ahead are we talking here? Because we also had an interrogation.
I mean, like, in terms of how far ahead of you they are, like, keeping in mind they are, again, running off to the sides, wrangling dinosaurs as they move. If you were to go at full speed to catch up to them, you would catch up to them before the spell wears off. If you're
Okay.
trying to like sneak all around, all similar to them, then you won't catch up then. So it's kind of just a matter of how fast you want to go.
Okay, yeah, if we're not sneaking, then yeah.
Like assuming you're going with you're gonna be rolling up with a giant T-Rex, like
You've done the job, you caught
presumably
the
you're not
thing.
sneaking.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, if we have enough time, then, he might pop as everything throws down, but tell the man to run at that point.
Which is exactly why I bribed him.
And I double bribed him.
Oh.
And we can always turn you into a T-Rex later. Now that I've seen one.
Oh, you know what he can also do?
Saying to Derek, obviously.
Yeah.
But
He can confirm that they're on the way back through the walkie-talkie and
exactly.
lessen suspicion.
Because and she turns to Cersei. You can just look like one, but you can't actually sound like one, correct? That's how that works.
For impersonating the voices.
For using alter self to make her look like one of the dead ones.
I don't think alter self changes your voice, but I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's confirm.
No, yeah, if you're altering and not disguising, that does.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, alter is the entire being. That's why it's fine.
Yeah, like you straight up get adaptations. Like you get gills and stuff. Like it can change your
Oh.
voice.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, never mind. You can confirm with the walkie-talkie or Casta can too.
I mean, I think this sounds like a plan.
Sounds solid.
Okay,
And
you
you
have a
don't
plan.
mind being a T-Rex.
I might as well try it at least once.
And just to confirm, you're not going to be like taking a rest. You're just going to be going to catch up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't have time.
Okie dokie. You have a plan. You're going to dress up. You're going to cast your sneaky spells, grab clothes, clean them up. It'll only take a few minutes. And then you're going to get going. So we're in a good
Yep.
spot to swap over to the other group.
Yep, she's got the stone, the cleansing stone. She's got the mending. She doesn't
Okay.
have to actually take off her clothes. She can just put it on her clothes because she's got those shift weaver clothes that just automatically turn into whatever she puts on them. So
Yep.
Nice.
the boys will have to change, but cool.
Derek vanishes into the darkness and then comes out a moment later in new clothes. Freddy is uncomfortable with how quickly Derek changed his clothes. Freddy goes and changes clothes at a normal speed.
She didn't even bother asking. She's just like, yeah, they'll do it.
When no one asks, Derek just sort of says anyway. Listen, I needed practice for transforming into superhero costumes.
Makes sense.
Okay. So you got that. I am going to pull up a map and drag the rest of your characters onto it.
Woo.
Fun
Keep that.
times. Do,
Don't
do,
need
do.
these two anymore.
All right, other team.
Mishka time.
Woo!
Boop, boop, boop.
And I assume this whole Bjorn is relaying to Mishka and Mishka is narrating out loud to the group thing was happening while they were moving.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like nothing has occurred with that group yet because they were getting into position. But they are going, so like the other group is going through an area that, like I described to you before, it's got a lot more like giant rocks and boulders and whatnot that would have been very difficult to traverse with the dinosaurs versus just going around them. But for a group on your scale, this is a bit more doable. So, alrighty, pulling up Team Fast. So, as a recap, Team Fast has Aiden. Yay, Aiden. Wee. It has an on. It has Mishka. Dragging those tokens. Get that Penelope. Get that Johnny. Get that Buck. Yeah, Buck.
A question that Ennis has to ask uncomfortably commonly.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know how this displays to you, but I have added Morgan to the combat
Oh.
Oh,
tracker. I don't think you can see her on the list, can you? Let me scroll up and see. No, if I have her hidden, I don't think you can see her.
Seeing her. The harvester is still on the combat tracker.
Yeah, I left him on there so I could remember which name it was. All right, so Yeah, Morgan is here, but we've got to do some Morgan stuff. Well, I'll do that whenever a reason pops up. So drag Morgan, why not? And there's that. Is she on the list now? Like, she should be visible to you, just with no details.
No,
Yep, I
Yep,
see.
she's there.
Yeah.
Cool.
she's yellow. Hmm,
She's yellow because I don't want you to see all of her abilities.
that's fair.
She's not enemy, it's just if I change it the other way, you can see all the effects on her, and that takes some of the fun out of it.
Mm-mm.
All right. So let's get this map going. Doot, doot. And map should be coming up.
Oh, I see.
And let's drag a tiny Merlin onto this map so that the people at home can see. Super tiny Merlin under the ground. There it goes. Itty bitty Merlin. And boop. All right, so here you go. Got yourself a big old rock map. Yeah, you just heard the back and forth on the interrogation while you were walking, while being careful about where you step because the ground is kind of precarious in this place. Some things that you notice as you travel through include the fact that, like, Anon could kind of tell before when looking at it, but now that you're much closer, like the stones that are all up above the ground here do not at all match the actual ground. Like these are not stones that like are just sticking up out of the ground or whatever. These are not from here.
Mm. Like a storm effect, essentially. Like they came from somewhere else.
That is a fair assumption.
Ooh.
And given that, also one thing that becomes a little more clear to you is as you started walking through, like this is not the edge of the whole area. This is just further in because I wanted to give you a map to show the terrain a bit. But as you've gone further into this place, visibility gets worse. Anon is quick to point out that while he can certainly see a great ways away, in here, it's harder to see outside of the area. Like it's not like the way that you described the Underlake to him or anything. Like you're still in the same plane of existence and the same texture and all that. It's just something about this place makes it a little bit harder to look too far away. Like there's a haze to it.
Gotcha.
Please ignore my phone.
We can't hear it.
Yeah.
Did. I was just like, oh my god, that was louder than I thought. Ah.
Well, we could not hear it, so you're good. But yeah, there you are. You
Yay.
got big old rock map. And you just heard what you heard. If you want to discuss that amongst these characters, you can. Otherwise, you can just
Yeah.
keep on going.
About the
And
rocks?
no,
Well,
about
like
what we just.
the
Or
interrogation and everything that you're getting the
Yeah.
play-by-play on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm catching up now.
Yeah, there's concern that like we don't have an actual like timeline of like he's clearly somewhere's nearby waiting for these dinosaurs to be the bait, but there's not an actual concrete when he'll show. So
Yeah,
that is concerning.
yeah, but I mean, we've had a lot of oh, is he gonna show up here or is he not? Or when is he gonna show up
Yeah.
here and when is he not?
Close calls, yeah.
Like, let's say he did show up like today when we happen to get to the village. Like, are you going to try and hide or?
I mean, I'm already pretty gone through my resources right now. I mean, I will fight him if there is no. Wait, the goal was to have the upper hand. I don't want to be a lower or a neutral hand, but if it comes to it, then neutral it is.
Well, I I'd say in that case, let's just focus on,
Getting this whole set here.
like, basically just cutting them off at the pass, basically. Getting them to the point where they can't take the T-Rexes into the village.
We protect cats.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah. I mean, if anything, either, we take care of it and we head out, or B, we decide this is where, I guess, everything goes down, but after T-Rexes.
Yeah. I think we'll have a better chance of figuring out a solid plan of attack too if we can get the T-Rexes taken care of first.
Yeah. Because, like, Iden's definitely, like, we know the T-Rexes are over there, but there's always the possibility that something else is lurking in here that's not the Harvesters or the T-Rexes that they have control of. So he's very much trying to keep a vigilant watch and having Enon look as well. Like, yeah, there's a haze, but I think he's going to be like, just keep what's about. keep keep bows drawn for both
So,
of them.
is it like a mist, a fog type effect, or is
Hey,
it
hey.
It's not that fast. I don't know why it defaults to crazy. Uh, Stop being. Oh, okay. So the fun thing about the control is that it's a 0 to 100,
yeah?
but 50 is slow. They just use that to
Interesting.
determine if it's going left or right on the screen.
Oh,
So
oh.
that's why I'm like, oh, this shouldn't be that high up because I set it to like 10. It really meant it was at like -40. It's like, I see. This is not meant to be that extreme. It's just a little misty. Um, like you could see, it's not actually obscuring your vision in the near
Okay.
term at all, but it's obviously a little distracting. And you kind of have a feeling that, like, in Anon's case with crazy far vision, it's a bit harder to see outside of this place. It's like trying to look through the surface of water or something. Light gets
Yeah.
through, but it's fuzzy past a certain distance.
Yeah. More so keeping eyes in here, though, for anything that could be near them.
Hmm. Yep, like you're
You never know.
keeping an eye open.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Uh,
I guess. Oh,
Mishka is going to send a message back to Bjorn, basically like, did you say Annis summoned some sort of wind thing?
you
And
hear
then,
a. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get a yes back.
oh, so Annis has a wind creature. She could send it over here, get rid of the mist. Would that attract attention, though?
Also, this is like a whole place. I don't know if it can cover that much ground.
His thoughts. Well, we are not doing anyone any favors by standing around. So
Yeah,
Mishka is going to move.
Yeah.
It is 30 feet. Mishka is asked questions first. Or no, Mishka is act first, questions later.
Mishka is ask questions first, also punch first, multitasking.
Mishka's like, do things first.
I do things.
I do things.
Yeah. So, Mishka, I guess you were the vanguard. You're walking in front. So as you're getting to the area that you're at, you're near one of the big rocks. And looking at the big rock next to you, you can see that under the rock there seems to be something crunched under it. There's a little bit of wood or paper or something sticking out, but there's like a giant boulder on it.
He's not going to touch it, but he will, I guess, try to investigate it, see what it is.
Sure.
He's not particularly skilled at that, but
He tries his best.
eh,
Oh no! Oh no! He's got a -1. Oh.
he calls back to the group. There is something under this rock. I will
Yeah,
not touch.
your
Better than
attempt at
touch.
investigating it was obviously limited by the fact that you couldn't see, but it seems to be kind of papery.
I'm here to help.
He points it out. It's paper, some kind of paper.
All right, let me investigate. Oh no! Oh well, it's a 10.
It is definitely paper. It is paper that is, it's a heavier stock of paper. It doesn't seem like you imagine normal paper would have been destroyed if only by the moisture of the mist. Well, it's a heavier stock of paper. It's currently being squished by a rock. It's face down, so you can't really read it or tell what's on it. But there's paper under it. That's it. It is paper. It is not papyrus. It is not a scroll. It is actual modern world paper.
Interesting.
Mishka will step out of the way to let other people investigate. Smarter people.
Guess what? I'm gonna have Johnny investigate.
Go ahead.
Hey!
Oh.
Okay, Johnny, seeing that the paper is stuck under all of these rocks, takes a she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a flashlight and she sticks the flashlight, like she digs a little bit under the paper and under the rock, and while she can't pull it out, she shoots the flashlight up through the front of it so you can kind of see the reverse of it in the back. And she's like, all right, does anybody here read Chinese or Japanese or somethingese? Because I can't.
Enon
Reads
will
Russian and
walk
English.
forward. Do it. Bada bam. What do his eyes see?
This is definitely Japanese, but backwards on account of the obvious reason.
Yeah, that's fair. But what's my boy make out?
This appears to be a relatively well put together flyer for community events at the Ryudo temple.
Oh
Is this what I think it is?
my god.
Did we find it?
But none of us know. None of us actually
None
know.
of you know, and that's why it's
none
fun.
of us know.
But
we the people, did we find it?
we the people.
Did we confirm this, yay or nay?
Oh my god.
How would you know?
Yeah, he'll read it off, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if
Apparently, there's
that
going to be an Ikebana class coming up on Tuesday.
fun.
I'm writing that down. I means Japanese.
So, wait. I wonder if these rocks aren't like rocks then. Did that make any sense out loud? No, it didn't. Like, are these Okay. Did the rocks look? Are they like rocks, or did they
Like
kind of look like
crumbled.
rubble?
I
Yeah.
mean, they look like giant chunks of stone, awkwardly placed here. Like the rocks themselves. So looking at it closer, like these are obviously giant. Like they are rocks. Like they are not soil. These are stone, and the stone is, as you're looking at it, a lot of the surface of the stone is like cracked on, fractures or fragments or whatever. Like different veins in the minerals are cracked, but every now and then you find a piece that is perfectly smoothly cut.
Huh.
He's bad at it, but he's gonna come over here and investigate this big rock here too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's more like papers we can find.
Now.
Oh my god.
This is definitely maybe a rock.
It is a rock.
You'd go so far as to say this rock is like the other rock, but over here.
If need lifting rock, I can probably do, but
Yeah, I'll go
this
to
is
this one
not
first.
this is not Mishka's strong suit. Okay.
Is there anything over at this rock? I'm gonna have Enon do an investigation.
And
What
I'm
one
just
is
gonna have Penelope check under that, or check around that same rock that Mishka's at.
Sure.
17 for the rock in front of us.
Okay.
Boy.
Going in order of rolls. Inan takes the rock in front of him, and similar to what you saw before with Johnny, he's going to dig a little bit under it to check the layer beneath the direct soil surface. And as he digs under it, he pulls something out, and he holds it up and he says, "This looks smooth like a piece of cobblestone. Like this might have been part of a walkway at some point." There seem to be more of them down here, although a lot of them are shattered. These are definitely different stones from the ground. This did not come from here. These are processed. And in Penelope's roll, she finds some bits of wood and bamboo under these rocks. Again, processed. Like these are not things that naturally occur. This was definitely brought here by a storm or something else. And it seems like both Anon and Penelope come to the same conclusion that based on the things that you're finding being upside down and under giant rocks, apparently storms don't always drop everything right side up.
Oh, fun.
So you can relatively assume right now from your investigation that a storm brought something in here above ground level and upside down, and then it crashed to the ground, and apparently the ground that came with it fell on top of it.
Ooh.
So Mishka is going to be relaying this over to the other group as they're going along. Like, looks like a bunch of rubble and things from a town got dropped over here. They found some flyer in Japanese for something.
Bjorn will relay that over to Annis and crew in case Annis has anything she wants to say.
Annis, I'm gonna have her roll for it because it's been a hot minute, but they did learn
Well,
about yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say because the teacher talked about it, didn't he?
Yeah, Kwaku. Well, Kwaku did,
No,
Echo did,
uh,
and also Waver. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Sir El-Melloi, because it was in the class where I learned everything.
No. Oh, weird. No, she didn't put two and two together. Maybe if they investigate more and find more evidence, but
Actually, yeah, that was a good idea. Hold, please.
Start playing
Penelope was
Phoenix Wright music in the background.
Well, that's why I was like, we need to find something labeled That town name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they never mentioned anything about the specific temple. Like, we know it's the Ryudo
Yeah.
temple, but
I'm gonna roll a history check.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, maybe I should have had in this roll history and not just straight up intelligence.
14.
You remember from when you were
Yeah.
like Annis and Penelope both remember from their various different conversations with people on how the Holy Grail War played out in the town of Fuyuki in Japan, that the ley lines of Japan, before they started drying up and dying, were known to cross several areas of importance, and one of them was the Ryudo Temple. And that the Ryudo Temple was one of the locations that disappeared during the 2004 Fuyuki incident from the Fifth Holy Grail War.
Oh, Bjorn is telling me that Annis is telling him that it's a town in Japan, maybe, that disappeared.
Yeah, it's the right. It's this is from the other Grail War.
Fuyuki
Yeah,
is what she is saying.
yeah. That's it.
Oh,
Oh my god. Or at least this is a tiny part of it. Oh shit. Well, okay, now we know where the town disappeared to.
we do not have time to be investigating if we want
Yeah.
to pass up
Yeah.
harvesters.
Yeah, I gotta keep
Catch
going.
by surprise, but yeah.
It's
I'm moving. Now that we know what the deal is here, I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, people are moving.
Ah.
And nothing's still popping out, like, anything to be worried about, any other vibes of life forms around us.
Is it mage? Because I
Vibes?
can't.
I mean, you mean like anything on your passive perception?
Yeah.
Danger
Look,
sense.
yes,
Again,
thank
rolling
you.
sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving me an edge. So that
With
just
your
means I'm
danger,
gonna.
Enon got
got the
look,
danger
it's Enon's
sense.
it's the vibe check. Does everything pass the vibe check for Enon?
I mean, this place is freaky.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Uh, like in in terms of danger sense and vibe check, this place makes the hair on your neck stand on end. You do like anyone with any supernatural awareness, or just a general familiarity, is uncomfortable here. This place is definitely giving off danger vibes.
But not like as something is immediately going to pop out from behind a rock and attack us type of danger sense.
I mean, it's hard to tell. Like you
Gotcha.
feel uncomfortable, you feel unsafe here, but you felt unsafe since you got here.
Yeah.
So let's see. So everybody is over there.
Yeah, like I know like you probably just haven't moved like Morgan or Johnny or Buck yet, but I want Aiden and Enon to kind of take up the rear as their bows
Arrange
are drawn.
yourselves in the order that you're going on the map, and I can move you as a group
Okay.
Okay.
because I don't
Mishka
imagine you actually
is-
want like Mishka to be like 80 feet away from everyone else. It's just Mishka's the one that you're dragging forward first.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And Mishka is
So
going to be in the front.
yeah, make your arrangement, and I will move you as a group unless you tell me otherwise, so that you don't have to keep moving all the tokens individually.
Essentially, Aiden and Enon are gonna be together like that, where Enon's right behind him, but I want them in the back as like the rear guard.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag you guys to the middle, and then you can rearrange yourselves. That might just be faster. So you said that you guys want to be the rear guard, so I'm just gonna shove you guys up there. And so like obviously that slapdash, you can reorient yourselves accordingly.
I, I think that's a pretty good arrangement.
Well, I want to be
Mishka in front. Yeah.
Like in front of Boss Bear.
Okay.
Okay.
Like have you at
Then-
the okay.
All right.
see,
So
and then
I feel like Mishka is actually a few feet ahead of everyone else because, again, he can't be surprised. That's just an ability he has. So
Yep.
he's up front, taking all of the surprise attacks essentially.
okay. So Mishka's up here.
Everyone else is behind. If that jives with everybody.
yeah, that's fine. I can't move Morgan or Buck, but okay, yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'll
that's
move them
fine.
around as needed. Just let me know where they need to be. How about I move you all onto a grid just for the sake of estimating distance?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like again, you can move yourselves if you want to, but I just want to make sure that you can tell who's 5 feet from who or whatnot. So like that's
Yeah.
kind of how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as you're walking through this central area here, the mist starts to pick up a little bit. So, just make that a little bit spookier. Okay, not that much. Calm down. Wow, this thing is a hairpin. All right. It just goes
It's
so
getting
fast.
it's getting a little bit spooky.
Why is that like 2 point difference? Like, yeesh. I don't understand this filter. Whatever. It's there. It's misty. It's getting mistier. It's harder to see, but it's not mechanically disadvantageous to you. It's just more mist, more spooky. As you're moving through this area, with passive perception, um, I think from looking at all your sheets, I think a lot of you actually have pretty high passive perceptions. Um, everyone with mechanically a passive perception of 15 or higher can hear a rattling sound. Like in different directions from around you. You just hear the sound like a rattle, almost like a rattlesnake or a kid's toy or something.
Aiden doesn't hear it.
Mishka doesn't hear it.
Penelope doesn't hear it.
Enon absolutely
Yeah.
hears it.
Let's see.
That he does.
What?
Johnny does not hear it.
It might just be an on then.
I think it is just Enon.
Morgan's
Unless
not
Buck.
saying anything, so you don't know if Morgan can or not. Morgan's kind of antisocial like that.
Maybe
So what
Buck.
about Buck? Yeah, what about Buck?
What about Buck? Let me look at Buck's stats.
I feel like Buck's got perception going on for him.
Buck is all over the place.
Yeah.
Buck was blessed with ridiculously unfair stats, is what Buck has.
It's true.
I rolled for Buck's stats, and Buck has very good stats. I think Buck's lowest stat is a 13.
God.
I rolled for them, and he just came out with ridiculous spread. Yeah, his perception.
Yes.
It's not insanely high. But he's got good wisdom. So, yeah. So like, Anon and Buck sort of hold their hands up at the same time. And since they're behind the lot of you, Buck just goes psst to get everyone's attention.
What's going on?
Yeah, Mishka will stop and look.
I hear something around here. It sounds kind of like a rattle. Don't know what that's about.
What, like snake or child's toy or?
Yeah, something like that. It sounds like like when you put a whole bunch of stuff in a can and you shake it around.
Well. When snake make a rattle noise, it is to scare away. It is for defense, for intimidation. So probably should just keep going. And he just turns around and keeps going.
Okay. Turning around, his danger
Yeah.
sense absolutely kicks in,
Oh no.
which is important because it means that he sees something and will not necessarily have a problem with it, but we'll see. Let's drag something to the map.
It's a ghost.
Long enough that speak with animals is worn off. I think. It's a
I would
10.
think by now.
I think it's a 10-minute thing. It's been a while.
So yeah, we've been investigating too.
Yeah.
All right, so your ability means you cannot be surprised.
Yep. I can act normally on the surprise round.
Cool. In that case, we're gonna do a little roll thing, and then we're gonna see what happens. Boop. Okay. So, Mishka, you outrolled something that you don't know where it is, but you feel incredibly endangered where you are right now. What would you like to do?
Well, there is something here. Be careful. He's just gonna move further into this open space here.
Okay. So, as Mishka says that and moves forward, which he'll do as soon as I remember how to accept that. There we go. Right where Mishka was before, on that rock, appears a dude. And that dude has a picture that I'm going to share with you, and then we're going to have our break before we have our fight.
It's a ghost. Ooh.
Sorry, it's like the way I'm zoomed out, I'm like, I can't even tell what the fuck that is.
I am thrilled.
I know exactly who Dad is.
I wonder if that's the. No, it wouldn't be. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have reason to believe we're near the temple. Yeah.
Sorry, my brain just went on a journey there.
Me too. I think I know where it went.
The mist floating around all of you coalesces into the form of a man wearing a Japanese samurai outfit, holding a long sword with long ponytailed hair. And just as Mishka, through some supernatural sense of his own, moves forward, that figure appears and swings down to right where he was.
Ooh. Ooh.
And with that, we're going to go have a drink. So,
Yeah.
everybody come back in a few minutes. Hooray!
Yeah. I'm gonna roll a d20 really quick and then go on break.
he's made of mist, essentially, or
No, he appeared out of the mist. It took shape around him, and then you could see him. Um, you get the sense that perhaps his presence was concealed until that attack, and
so. Mhm.
a distinct impression that had you not moved, you would have taken a large number of d6 of sneak attack damage.
That's why Mishka is always in front of the party. But so he looks like a normal dude.
Not entirely. Um,
Mm.
like I'll describe him now that you can kind of see him. So, what he looks like is, um, he looks like a dude, but the mist is flowing around him, making it hard to focus on his person.
Mm.
It's similar to spells like Blur, but not quite that. Um, you get the impression that this is, well, actually, free roll for anyone who wants to. Roll Arcana.
Well, so question. I was gonna ask, can
Okay.
Aiden and Inan, like does he seem like a ghost or something, or like is he giving
That's
off
not what I
other
thought.
vibes?
I don't
That's
think he's
kind of where the roll
thankful.
for right now is going to be. It's going to tell you how much you can tell.
Okay, okay, okay.
You look like a man.
You look like a man.
All right, Aiden, do your magic with Arcana. Hey, average. I'll take it.
So Mishka,
Uh,
I was
oh wait.
I was a
Okay.
one for a second. I
obviously
almost
Mishka moved. So he's obviously turned back around to see this guy. Like, oh, uh, hello there. Don't mind us. We are just passing through, my friend.
Okay, I'm going to
oh,
take everyone who's not here and set them to initiative 0. Uh, it will save time.
I don't like I don't like the sound of that.
Mostly, instead of me having to skip around a whole bunch, it's we get to one point and then I just go next turn.
That's
Um,
fair. That's fair.
all right, let's fix
That does
something.
mean we're rolling initiative, though.
Huh?
That does mean we're rolling initiative,
Well,
though.
I
So we
rolled
have to do.
initiative to determine whether you moved before he got you. Like that was the
Oh,
initiative roll. Um, all right, I think I've covered. Oh, Diana, stop having an initiative right now.
She's like, no.
No.
Anna, stop
can't
having an initiative right now.
can't make me.
By moving all of them to the bottom, Iden is not on the bottom.
Whoa.
Item's actually ahead of Mishka in this one, so
Holy shit.
that's fun. Johnny rolled bad, as is the nature of Johnny sometimes. Okay, so from your rolls,
Misha's on here twice for me.
weird. Why is he
One,
on here
one at
twice?
21 and one at 10.
Yeah,
Why is he
Misha is
on?
so strong that he goes twice.
but clearly. Yeah, he's up under Anon and between Anon and Morgan, and then also down here between Aiden and Johnny. He's having a wild
Oh, the
night.
one at the top is on the other map. That's why he's still benefiting from uh no, that's actually the one on
Speak
this
that
map because he's
emotion.
near Penelope. So let's just get rid of the other one. You can keep your 21 initiative version.
Hells yeah. Misha's strong.
Cool.
Mishka
So
will not say no to that. God.
yeah, I think because he was on the other map as well, it just rolled him twice. That's weird though. Um, yeah, so looking at the rolls that people made, as far as Johnny and Iden can tell, this is some dude who seems to have some kind of craft like obstruction effect going on. like casting blur or similar things that just make it harder to, like, you know where their body is, but it's really hard to like specifically target vulnerabilities because they're just hard to see. For looking up a little bit higher, Penelope, this looks to you like kind of like a servant when they're doing that thing where they sort of cloak,
Yeah.
but in a middle spot. Like it's not cloaking all the way; it's just sort of partially faded out. And to and on, he rolling really well and having a big bonus and being familiar with these things says out loud to everyone, "It's a wraith. He's not a real servant, but he might as well be."
Mm.
So now you know that.
No
Yes.
reasoning with them.
So now we're going to drag the initiative up to the top. Boop.
Yee.
With ridiculously high initiative score,
um,
like
I'm just
higher than
gonna
the
do.
game should support, but we're playing with servants, so here we are.
I'm gonna do my little 3 arrows and at the negative. So yeah, so extra ouchie. Why are these? Hold on. You're yellow. There we go. And then he's on the tracker, right? Oh shit! Oh shit!
He is. You should be able to see him on the tracker. He is at the bottom of the initiative because he rolled a 1.
Oh
That was how
oh.
you were able to move.
Okay.
He's labeled as shadowy figure with a Japanese sword.
Yep.
Don't think. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that
miss.
is definitely a
That's
miss.
fun.
Oof.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Wow, we are rolling like last week.
Wow! One hit, so all 3 hit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There you
All
go.
right, we're back in.
Really
Back
making
in
you play
action.
though.
That was yeah. That enemy's sweating. There you go. I've done my job here. I'm gonna have him back up 10 feet.
Okay. Wait. Let me look at that. Doot doot doot.
I'll take a look around. Because these rocks are all suspicious rocks now.
Let's see. Boop boop boop.
I don't want him like right there. 15, like directly.
Oh, because you're using sharpshooter, right? Okay. I'm like that. That would do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Take the penalty each time.
Yep. Okay. So fun thing. You shot him. You fired 3 arrows,
Yeah.
and one of them hit him, and the other 2 swerved to also hit him. And once the arrows all
Mm.
hit him, blood flew out from him and splattered the ground in front of him. And that blood, Mishka, you can see this, as can Penelope and Johnny from proximity. The blood that flew out of him had little things in them, like little, they look like rocks to you. And everywhere that they fell, something happened. So let's just make that a little more visible.
Oh.
Strange skeleton creatures grow out of the ground wherever his blood falls. And each skeleton is holding a bone sword about as big as his katana, but much more blunt.
Oh, that is not good.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, here my head dead. There we go.
I didn't. Roll clairvoyance for me.
Oh, how do I?
It should be a skill
Oh,
on
it's
your
here.
sheet.
I have it. I have it.
It's the special thing you have as a master. Please roll
Yep.
high.
First
25.
clairvoyance roll we got there.
Jesus, yeah.
When you see those things pop out of the ground, you see a very quick vision of Belle surrounded by an army of these skeletons and laughing.
Oh. I didn't just it was like gotta have a talk with Annis later.
Oh no!
He thinks it's her because he doesn't know who her demon
Yeah.
is.
Wonderful.
Oh, this is actually great.
This is amazing.
Oh, who would have thought this was? Oh my god.
Okay,
Yep,
it's Mishka's turn.
Mishka's turn.
We fighting. Okay. I punching.
I'm punching.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up on this guy and I'm gonna attack him with the claws of Ursa Minor.
Okay.
That was almost a 20, but good enough.
Still hit.
Okay.
Okay. You claw at him. And as you claw at him, you notice that like your claws go through his body, but he still takes pain from it. He does look physical to you, but you kind of pass through him when you do that. And when your claw went through him, the kind of weird ethereal body of his splatters blood on the ground next to you.
Yeah. More skeletons.
I'm hoping if he dies, they go with him. Dies again, I guess. Oh no, Mishka.
Okay.
I get a second attack, right? Yeah. I'm still going for the guy with the sword because he's the one summoning these creatures. Nope.
That time he dodges around it.
Oh, tricksy guy. That's all he can do.
Yep. Okay.
Crazy guy.
Come after me.
Come at me, bro. You are
Come after me, bro. I need challenge.
Jesus.
So this guy is going to amble its way over here. It has left Johnny's threat zone. Should you wish to have Johnny do something?
Yeah.
What would you like Johnny to do?
Let's see. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Oh my god, I'm realizing I have never played a sorcerer before. This is gonna suck.
Okay, so just as
Um,
fair warning, I don't see it on her sheet because I messed up, but she does have Warcaster, so you can just hit him with a cantrip if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. And I will add Warcaster to her sheet because I messed up.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah.
Bam. You
Rich.
blast it, and when you blast it, bone chunks fly off of it and hit the ground. They do not turn into more skeletons.
Oh, good. Does she still get a second blast, or am I?
Yeah, it's all part of the cantrip. If you're using a different cantrip, you'd have more dice, so it still works.
Alright. I think that hit.
That should hit. Apparently you had advantage, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Bam, chunk. All right, it takes some damage.
Yeah.
All right, so that hurt. Gonna keep moving though. Gonna come up here.
Did you
Gonna...
remove Enon for me?
Oh, for his turn?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
sorry.
kind of
I
okay.
forgot
You're
to
good.
click that. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Woo.
swooping around to get to Anon, but he had to get all up in everybody else's way first. He's not left their threat zone yet, so they don't get attacks, but he's going to try to attack Anon because Anon hurts.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was
true.
like, that's interesting that they're going after the servant, but it did, yeah.
They're going
To be
after the
fair,
guy who just unloaded on their boss.
That makes more sense.
All right. So, gonna attack with his big old sword. And misses. Because your AC is so damn high.
get fucked.
And then he's gonna attack again.
I love that we're being attacked by sword dogs.
Ah,
All right, that one
that hurt.
hits.
That would do. Yeah. No.
All right. So for that one, swings his big old sword at Anon, both hands, and
Hey, you can't eat that.
ka-chonk.
Rude. Rude.
Yep. You get the like Anon. You're aware that these things are hitting you with magical damage on account of their magical skeletons.
What? Magical skeleton.
Wow.
Crazy.
So that
That was
kind of
crazy.
hurts.
I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that one bit.
It's Morgan's turn.
Yeah.
Morgan takes a look at all this nonsense. She stares at the guy who spawned all of this mess, and she says out loud to Penelope, I don't think he's in his right mind. He seems to have gone mad over however long he's been stuck here. Also, I don't think violence is going to kill him. He's bound to something.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm going to find what that is, and once I do, we'll take care of it.
Yeah. Just let me know.
Will do. And she just flies up here so she can focus.
Yeah.
Every turn,
Oh.
Morgan is going to roll investigation to see if she can figure out how to actually kill this guy.
Hooray.
Yeah. That was a good roll. She rolled 19 on the die.
Oh shit.
She's going to call down.
Found it.
He's bound to something in the area. Something underground. I'll see if I can find out where it is, and then we can dig it out. And that's her turn. Now there's this guy. This guy is gonna attack Johnny.
How rude.
It's very rude. Bam. What is that? What is she concentrating on?
I don't know.
How long has she been concentrating on something?
I
Oh, was
don't
it the
know.
fly
Oh, it's
from before?
invisibility from way back when. Let me get rid of that.
Oh.
Let me get rid of that. I didn't realize she was still concentrating on invisibility. Okay, that makes
Ugh.
sense. Yeah, she's definitely not still invisible. Delete. Anyway, yeah, he drags his big old sword up to Johnny and just wham, hacks away at her arm. Son of a bitch! Now he's swinging again. Double son of a bitch! Yeah, so he's swinging at her and she's just got her arms up, like To credit, each time that it's hitting her, it seems to be partially repelled by some kind of spell that she has on herself, but it still looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Also, she's yelling "son of a bitch," which is how you know it still hurts. Merlin, you
Wait,
don't get
how's
an
that
initiative. Get out of here.
31 damage? Oh, I see. Okay. I don't like that very much. Okay.
They are violent. All right. So yeah, it took some damage, and it is now Buck's turn.
Hey.
And Buck is going to try to be useful here. I know you're shocked, but he is not the best equipped for this kind of battle. Buck is going to, from his current position, try to pew-pew at the skeleton that just attacked Johnny. So he starts blasting. Now he misses. But yeah, he blasts away at it. Considering it's almost Penelope's turn, would it be okay if he rolled that attack roll again?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Oh, stop! No.
That's the opposite of what he just rolled. Much better. The patented Penelope 1 to 20 trick.
Yeah.
My brain.
Complete with the low roll crit, but yeah. Blast it. So like chunks of this thing are flying off. It is taking some damage here. These things look way more durable than they should be as skeletons, though. I don't know that anyone in this group has actually encountered skeletons as an enemy before, but they're usually much more fragile than this.
I don't think any of us have.
I don't think it's come up.
Oh.
Should have brought Crosby. Anyway,
Uh,
it's Penelope's turn.
oh shit. Let's see. Let's combat check for a second.
Freddy has probably encountered skeletons, considering
Yes.
how often he hung out with Crosby. But he's in the other group.
Yep.
Love how this is turning out. I
Hey,
love this.
you brought the cleric. That's important.
That's true.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, I am gonna do it. Oh. She's going to reach into her bag and pull out the staff.
Okay.
And she's going to use that to Eldritch Blast the one that's been attacking Johnny.
Okay.
Oh god, where'd it go? Oh no! Eldritch Blast, where are you? There it is. Boom. Yeah, that was okay. It did hit. Yay. And woo,
Okay. Roll me a D100.
a D100.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Okay. 42.
Okay. When the blast hits it, it shudders a little bit extra. Nothing else seems to happen, but there's a reaction of some sort.
Interesting.
Just saying, Penelope clocks this.
Mhm.
Okay. She's just like,
Still got another blast.
Oh, she does have another blast. Let's see. And I started blasting again. And I hit it. Again.
Ooh,
Roll me a
spicy.
D100.
Rolling a D100. 54.
Okay. It drops its sword. It still looks aggressive, but it dropped its sword.
Like to the ground or just
To
lowers
the
its
ground.
arms?
It's on the ground.
Oh.
It is currently without sword.
Huh. Like, oh, it dropped the sword. That's weird. Why? It. Mm. Ah. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this information just yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it off to Hayden.
It's Aiden's turn.
Really don't want to use spell slots right though, so cantrip power. Let's
Do you not have turn undead?
That's a whole channel divinity.
Okay.
But yeah,
I don't know
the
how clerics work. I just know that they have skeleton repelling
Yeah,
powers sometimes.
they do, and it's very limited. And if we're about to fight the big fight, I don't want to use.
Yeah,
That's
that's
also my
fair.
heat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame the one that's in front of Inan. So that's they have to make a dexterity saving throw of, or I can just put it on.
You can just
Yeah,
drag the save to it, yeah.
Yeah, that'll make it easier. Where did it just go? There it is. Sacred Flame to this. That was 2, right? Yeah.
They failed. Do your
Oh
damage.
yeah.
I don't know if your thing auto levels it up. Guess it does. Hooray.
Yay! And it has my potent spell casting. Yay!
Pew pew.
Okay, yeah. That's my turn. Let me just bow.
It's Johnny's turn.
It is Johnny's turn. What would Johnny like to do?
Oh, good question. Okay, question in the meta because I'm still trying to figure out how this works.
Sure.
I see that whole category that says meta magic and I don't know what to do with that.
Okay, so sorcerers have sorcery points.
Yeah.
And sorcery points, they've got 1 per sorcerer level.
Uh-huh.
And you can use them to trigger the effects of those meta magics. So in the case of hers, the heightened spell one, like if you click on the little box next to them, it'll tell you what all of them do. But the heightened spell one is kind of pricey, but the target has disadvantage on the first saving throw against that spell. So you usually use that for something that's like really bad if they fail.
Yeah.
For the subtle spell, that doesn't likely matter right now, but it means you can cast it without verbal or somatic components, which is nice if you're being sneaky or you're afraid of being counterspelled.
Okay.
And transmute spell, she can change her element to a different element.
Okay.
So fireball becomes ice ball or lightning ball or whatever kind of ball you want.
Okay. That's cool. And then checking out these other two to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay, so that one is the spell slot thing, and then this other one does not have a description, but I think that was you sent me her stuff at one point, but I just don't.
Yeah, we can dig it out again later if you want.
Yeah. Then in that case, uh, I will worry about all that later and go with a good old-fashioned Eldritch Blast.
It's classic.
It is.
Yeah.
That definitely hits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, did 3.
Okay.
And kabam. Also hits.
Get him, Johnny. Good enough.
Yeah. It's like the difference between Eldritch Blast and Eldritch Blast with a Warlock who's invested in vocations in it is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But it's still a good spell. All right, so she's
Okay.
PPOing that guy.
Yeah.
All right, it is now the shadowy figure
With a
turn
Japanese sword.
to violence. Okay. All right, so he's going to staring down Mishka, the one that was his original target. He pulls his sword back and, like, not mechanically, but he, like, visually steps back like a foot so that he can see you directly. And then he swings his sword at Mishka. And when he does, something strange happens. You see, he swung it at you and it looks like he missed.
Mm-hmm.
And
What?
yet you're hit.
Yep.
Oh no.
And
Tsubamagashi.
and when you're hit, let's see if this mechanically works correctly. The sword strikes you, but it strikes you in such a way that it actually, like, you assume that you dodged it, but you didn't. Somehow it stabbed you anyway, and it stabbed you in a critical place.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh,
So you take an extra 20 damage on top of that.
Oh.
holy shit.
Oh, that
HP's got
stings.
rage.
Oh, that stings.
Oh god.
Still not even. I was about to say not sub 100, but now I am.
Yeah, so he gets you with that, and then he's going to jump back. You may make an attack of opportunity on him if you so wish.
Definitely, I'm going to. Okay, here we go.
All right, you hit him. You hit him pretty good. Yeah, so you claw at him as he's jumping back, and your claws once again pass through him, but nonetheless, some of that blood flies out from where he was. He lands down here, and another one of those things pops up where he was standing.
Ugh.
Oh, bitch. Son of a bitch.
So where he was, a brand new skeleton pops out of the stone. And now that he is down here, he is no longer in view of Anon.
You bastard.
And you can still see him, Mishka, as he disappears from sight. He fades into that mist.
Oh,
No.
double son of bitch.
This is
Double
about to get
son of bitch.
fucking.
Ooh.
This is about to get.
All right, that brand new skeleton happened to follow it immediately in initiative and is going to attack
Ow.
Mishka.
Ow.
Why did you skip ahead? There we go. And it's going to hit Mishka for great violence. Or a 1. As is its right. And he's going to swing a second swing at Mishka. And miss. You get the impression that this thing that just sprung to life doesn't really know how to hurt you effectively. But it is not acting alone.
Bad dog.
Number 3 is going to do a roll.
Oh, yeah, she's kind of halfway between Mishka and Penelope.
Number 3 is going to run up to Penelope. It's going to swing its sword at her. And then Penelope, you notice it sees the staff and it stops. And that is its turn. Number 4 is definitely attacking Mishka.
That's right. Bring it on, bitch.
And hits. And swords. And swings again. And misses. Yeah, these guys are not really the best at hurting you, but they're very resilient and it still hurts over time. They seem to get about 1 out of 2 hits in on you. Nowhere near as much damage as that other guy just did, but they're flailing on you a bit. Okay, and now we're gonna skip.
Mishka and squishier members of party.
Yeah. Set this to round 2 because this is this fight. Oh, actually, I can just, yeah, even better. Next round button. Don't have to skip all those people. Hey, it's Non's turn.
Ooh, yay!
As he's getting sorted out, he's telling Bjorn there is a weird man with a Japanese sword and some skeleton dogs, and they are attacking us now. This is interesting afternoon we are having.
Bjorn relays this to the party, like, what the fuck is going on over there? But much more accented. Yeah. I would like to shoot and move, but Skeleton Warrior 2 is in the way. Ooh, however, okay, 5, 10, 15. No, I'll stay where I am right there. Hey, there we go. For the moment. If I try to, because he's right on top of me, so if I try to do any sort of ranged attack, it'll be a disadvantage, won't it?
To the one immediately next to you.
Or to any of them, or can I hit the others without issue?
You can hit the other ones. It's like, you don't have to worry about being too close. Also, I think you got something that ignores that anyway.
Oh, okay, cool, excellent. I'm gonna shoot the ones, well, one of them. Have any of the ones by Mishka, like this? Which one just popped up by him?
The one on top of the rock, number 5, is the one that just popped up.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Used to wee
Goodbye.
baby.
The baby's dying today.
Enon's first, folks. I'm Suncatcher.
This is Enon.
Ivan Suncatcher is associated with Enon.
Oh my god! I gotta send them back to the tree.
This is what happens when you use dead babies as your catalyst, Aiden.
Exactly. I gotta have them reborn.
God, there are way too many historical figures you would summon with dead babies. I don't like that.
Oh no.
That is a
hit.
hit.
Well, you're about to have a bad day. Pow, 5. Goodbye. The third hit's not here. I'll give it to you still. Yay.
Excessive violence has occurred.
All right, I've got a partial opening for me.
Notice that the one that you beat the crap out of went from green to orange to white. Like the little color shows you roughly their health, in case it makes it easier to pick targets in the future.
It does.
Okay, well that one just shattered.
So okay, assassin. I can still see him, or he vanished.
It vanished, like invisible.
That's the swordman went invisible. Is not good. Oh, purple blood.
Yeah,
So
made a mist.
He's gonna jump down here and start attacking that guy.
Okay.
Second verse.
Yeah.
There it goes. Just took a lot of acknowledge.
Woo.
Oh, that was almost good. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's all I can do. He had an attack. He had a second attack. He moved. Can I actually have him move to here? Not like leaving the
Yes,
the guy.
you can get on the grid proper. Yeah.
Okay, that's it then. Mishka punching.
Mishka punching
with claws.
Ooh.
All right, number 2 is going to continue to do its best to herd it on. Its best is not that impressive. Nope, can't hit him, but it's flailing. Yeah, so anyone looking back there sees this thing swinging this giant sword, and Inan lining up shots at other things. It's just bobbing left and right around it as if it's just a minor inconvenience. Morgan, let's see what you can find. Doing your research. All right. So Morgan's going to call down to the group. I look back a ways, and it looks like that thing appeared because you messed with the rock in the middle.
Oh, do we need to get the paper?
Don't know that. Just something under one of these rocks seems to be what it's bound to.
Gotcha.
She then holds her hand up towards the rock that is immediately next to Mishka, and without using any magical words or anything, just sort of does a gesture, and the rock rolls over. There's nothing under it, but she's okay, it's not that one. That's her turn.
You know, just no big deal. Casually moves an entire fucking rock.
So, fun fact with actual mythology, regardless of associations with water, like mythology, Morgan has a lot of rock-related abilities. She was a witch of the earth. She actually at one point hid among rocks to avoid dealing with King Arthur and his shit.
Look, that's a valid choice.
Yeah.
She pretty much did the Mario Tanuki thing to just turn into a rock and wait for him to leave, and then she went about her business.
I don't blame her though.
It's a good power. Okay. Skelly Warrior 1 doesn't have a sword anymore. Doesn't like that. He's going to use his move action to pick up his sword again, and that's just going to leave him with one swing at Johnny. He does not get to go full because it's actually hard to pick up his sword and do stuff with it. And then he misses. So that's that. All right. Buck, sensing that this is not really the best use of his abilities, turns into a cloud.
The two can become the mist.
He turns into a cloud, and his cloud goes between the cracks of this, presumably to see what he can find.
Hey, whatever works.
Mm-hmm. Penelope turn.
Woo! So now that Penelope has maybe not put 2 and 2 together completely, but like she knows that the staff has some kind of effect on these skeletons.
Uh-huh.
She's going to try talking to the skeletons. But she's going to hold the staff up and point it in the direction of the skeleton in front of her. She's going to say, I need all of you to stop. Stop attacking.
Okay, you can roll your persuasion or your intimidation based on your tone.
We're gonna go with... Is it persuasion or intimidation? Gonna go with persuasion.
Penelope is very
Please.
persuasive.
So they all stare with their like partial skulls at you, and then they go back to swinging their weapons around. But you did get their attention for a moment.
Look, you gotta stop being nice about it. Just put that foot down, Penelope.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna check something really quick before I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna have her use the staff to attack. Because why the fuck not?
Just go bonking.
Yeah, she's gonna bonk.
Okay. You hit him.
Yeah.
Bonk. Roll a d100.
A D100?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, this again.
Yep.
95.
It
Jesus.
completely shatters in front of you.
Ooh!
Number 3 just completely falls apart the second the staff touches it.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit!
I don't know what I did.
Big Boss is strong.
Yes, sure.
When it shatters, a light comes out of it, and that light flashes very briefly. Aiden,
Little soul.
give me a clairvoyance roll.
Please don't fail this. Please don't fail this. Ooh, 24. I'm doing great on clairvoyance today. I'll take it.
You see Belle wielding the staff that Penelope is currently holding and shooting energy beams above her at the ground as skeleton dogs charge around her.
So are they coming at her as in like enemy instead of her? Because it seemed like before
No, they're
she
just
was
running
laughing
around
like
her like they're under her command.
Oh, they are under command. Ah! Penelope! That staff! Look
Yeah?
at... That's Belle's staff!
That's
Those
not
are hers! Those are her skeletons, her dogs! Whoa!
Okay, but that's not what she told me about the staff.
That's totally her staff!
Okay, but she told me it was her. She told me it was her niece's.
His mind is like trying to... Are they twins? Is that possible?
But I don't understand what you're. I don't understand.
I'm having visions of Belle laughing like a maniac. Staff! What is going on?
I don't know.
Aiden sounds absolutely off his rocker because he feels off his rocker right now because he never had vision before. Not sure how he feels about them.
Yay.
Hey.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Cool. She's just like, that's Huh. Okay. That's fun, I guess. And she's also, before her turn ends, well, okay, that healing word was supposed to go to Johnny, but I accidentally let go of the dice before it got over there.
I will drag it to Johnny.
Yeah. And she just like puts a hand on Johnny's arm and she's like, "You okay?"
Yeah, I got this.
Okay. And then
Nice bonk.
Nice bonk.
Nice.
Oh, nice bonk.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think I hit it that hard, but I guess I don't know.
You're just so strong.
Sure. And she like fake flexes.
Boss Bear is strong.
She's like, sure. But I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, Aiden, you are moving?
No, I don't know why it did that.
Okay, I'll clear that
Right.
out then.
Yeah, I was pulling open the screen because I didn't realize certain things were bonus actions. I'm like, dang, I should have had that set up last turn. But the power of going over so many different.
Yeah?
I would like to once more skeleton to Sacred Flame.
Sure.
Flame. Skeleton 2.
It passed.
Aw, dang.
Doesn't Sacred Flame still do damage even if it passed?
Nope.
No,
It
not
does
a
not.
cantrip.
Oh, okay.
Cantrips don't get auto damage.
Well, the kills me. Kills. Honestly, that's as much as can really do. Everything else is, yeah, it's just an action. That's the one struggle. Clerics actions.
Well, most clerics use their bonus action to pop out a weapon and just have that hit things for the rest of the fight.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Okie dokie.
Get rid of
All right.
it.
Johnny time.
Johnny.
Johnny time. Excellent.
Why does it have like a... Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
I'm gonna clear your target so you don't have those arrows anymore.
Oh, yeah, that would be a bad one to do. Would have been cool though. Oh, Johnny doesn't have any weapons. That's weird.
She got her fists.
I need to give her some equipment. I think that's the thing I keep forgetting to do. I'm gonna make a note right now. Give Johnny a knife or something.
Give Johnny a knife.
She deserves it.
She's earned it.
Give Johnny a battle axe as a little treat.
We can talk about what weapon you think Johnny would carry, but considering sorcerers aren't good with a lot, it's usually a knife or like a crossbow or something. I don't even think they can get crossbows in this edition.
Give that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
I mean, at this point, Johnny might just carry a Glock. She's still an American.
It's true.
Kabam!
Bam! Bam! Oh, but guess what? Guess what? Bam!
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh man! Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna block.
Bam! It's dead.
Hey!
Pew pew.
I'm gonna show you the power of Eldritch Glock. Shoots him sideways. Yeah, that one falls apart.
Yeah.
We did
That one
take
does
all
not
the
fall
guns
apart in the
and
same way that
stuff.
the one that Penelope bonked was, but it still falls apart.
Yay.
Okay.
Shadowy figure with the Japanese sword. It
Shadowy
roll
figure
off
with
the
the
tongue.
Japanese sword.
He gets his own theme song now.
I don't know why, but I want to call him James.
He pops out right behind Anon, who knows he's there,
Oh,
Yeah.
preventing him from having special advantage, but he still gets to attack.
Yeah.
damn, he teleports.
Well, he's had time to move around, that son of a bitch. Ooh,
A
Thank
swing
you.
and a miss.
I'll take it.
So he swings at Anon. Anon knows where the attack's going to be, dodges, still gets stabbed.
No,
Yeah,
I forgot about that part. Ah,
that's his special ability.
oh, pain.
Yep.
Oh, y'all looking on health so far?
All right. Okay, so he appears behind Anon. He swings forward at Anon. Anon, similar to the way he was dodging the swords of the other ones before, dodges to the right of the blade. And you all saw him dodge to the right of the blade, but somehow the blade still runs right through his shoulder.
Ouch.
Anon grunts, ugh, stares down the sword at the strange man, and then he says, "That's cheating. You're cheating. I'm going to see you after class." And with that, the weird guy pulls back the sword and tries to do it again.
No.
This time he swings wide, but it still spins around and gets him in the other shoulder.
Oh. Ow.
Ah,
And
How
Anon gets
rude.
stabbed in the second shoulder, and then he calls out to everyone, "He's skipping probability to get to the good part."
Oh no.
I don't like that one fucking bit.
Oh, that's how he hit me. That is cheating.
And with that, Anon reaches out and grabs the sword. Specifically, he grabs it like at the handle, and the ghostly figure tries to pull it back, and Anon is holding the sword through his chest. He's like, "No, this is mine now." And the shadowy figure does not get to disengage. And now there's another skeleton who's going to try to attack Mishka.
Bring it on, bitch.
And he brings it on.
Oh dear.
Beach. Oh no, it's a crit.
Rolls a 1 and a 2. They're as bad at crits as you guys are.
Is that best you can do, little sword dog? I expected better from you.
Oh!
Oh.
Damn! Need to
You
stop
taunted
taunting.
it. Yeah,
I need to stop
you
taunting.
taunted him.
Oh, well, that is so much more damage.
Shit.
All
It's
right,
like,
so you said that, and then it pulled back and swung again as you were saying it and brings it down on your shoulder.
Oh, okay, this is hurting. This is hurting you a lot. Well, please do something. Fairy lady, please find things soon.
All right, and on, you're up.
All right. I'm fucking A. Yeah.
As a reminder, he can heal himself.
Oh, that is true. He can heal himself.
Mishka has taken 86 damage.
I've noticed this.
Mishka is still fine, though.
I've also noticed that. Mishka is a truck.
I was contemplating. So, is that an action to use the hit dice, or is that a bonus action?
For regeneration.
I've never.
It's a bonus action.
Oh, thank jeez. Okay.
Yeah. As a bonus action, you can spend hit dice to regain health as if it were a short rest.
Okay, and then like, do I just? How the heck do I do that? I've never used hit dice before.
Yeah. So on the main slide,
Yeah,
under main at the bottom, you see the hit die.
I see it, but like, I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
can just roll
like,
it and you'll start healing
and I can just use 2 of them.
as many as you want.
Honestly, I probably really need to use. Yeah, because at minimum, I just want to double check this. I think that is my minimum. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. And then I'll. Cool. That's fine with me for now.
So yeah, everyone
then...
watching and on, while the sword is going through him, the wounds that he took to his other shoulder heal completely.
And then he's still gonna be a bad bitch and hit the fucking skeleton warrior. I know, because his hands are full with the sword, aren't they?
It's through him, but like you can make an attack. Like I'm not making you give up your attack just because I flavored it funny.
Oh no, you're good. Here's how we're gonna flavor it. He just takes it because the sword is like in him. Takes where his elbow like bends, grabs it, and then shoots up, like looks over backwards, and then hits the fucking skeleton. Well, we'll see if we hit the skeleton.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep that connection, cause fuck you and your sword. And that's skeleton 4. I'm coming to help you, Mishka.
Oh, you're attacking the one that no. I thought you were attacking the one that was on the other side of Inon, but
Nope, I am hitting the one that just crit you.
double crit though. How unlucky can you
That was
get?
crazy. That was like a 1 in 400 adventure.
All 3, because fuck you.
Anyone else would have died.
All right, that one just died. Yeah, so Inon with the sword in him leaned back, fired 3 arrows that weaved between Iden, Penelope, and Mishka to all 3 sink into that skeleton, causing it to shatter.
That's so cool.
That's his turn.
Mishka, your turn.
Oh, Mishka is very hurt. Hang on, I need to see how far away. Okay. Get rid of that.
You too can spend hit dice.
Nah, like Mishka's gonna run over here and attack this skeleton.
My god, you're
Mishka punching.
Mishka punching.
Mishka punching well.
I will heal after the fight. Mishka not doing much damage.
Still punching.
I believe it's your second punch. Cool.
All right.
It's like,
In your defense, there's blood in your eyes. And there's an 80% chance the blood in your eyes is yours.
He will still rummage around in his bag for a bonus action and pull out the potion of greater healing that I do remember saying he got. I just kept forgetting to get it from the party menu, but I have it now. So he's going to pull that out and have it at the ready, but not activate it yet because that's all he can do.
Okay.
Boop.
All right. Well, you just attack that skeleton, and you'd think the skeleton would attack you back, but no, it's still locked on to attacking it on. because they're not actually very smart or good at hitting. Nope,
Man's
both
bobbing
miss.
and weaving.
Bobbing and weaving while the sword is still stuck through you.
And I'll keep it there too.
Okay,
You can't
Morgan's
hit
up.
me again.
Morgan seems to be waving her arms left and right, and like you're seeing the giant boulders around bend up while she looks under them, like she's checking under the couch. And the one that Buck went under, she pushes it up slightly, just like, all of a few feet. And when she does so, you can see the cloud that Buck was floating around under there. And the Buck cloud seems to be floating in circles around a piece of wood that is sticking out of the ground.
Ah.
This wood seems to be painted. Um, you can't quite tell in the mist, but it's like red or orange or something. And Morgan calls across, "That's it. That's what's keeping it here." But I'll hold it up, but someone else is going to have to deal with it. So it is now leaning up and can be targeted.
Cool. Also, I did not mean to put that little target there.
It's fine. All right. So that's Morgan's turn. Oh, she'll also call out, "That's sad if you're trying to be friendly or whatever. I don't think he's always been crazy."
But you know,
And it's Buck's turn.
your book.
Buck is a cloud. Yep, he's a poofy poof. And all he can really do as a cloud is float circles around it to signify to everyone. In practice, what this is going to do is his cloud flying circles is clearing away some of the mist and the parsa. So if anyone would like to make an attack on this item, they'll do so with advantage because he's helping.
Yay.
Penelope's turn.
Penelope is gonna. Oh shit. She's gonna run this way. And then she's gonna run. She's purposefully trying not to.
Yeah, that's how running works. What?
Okay. She's gonna. Actually, before she attacks the thing, I want her to take a closer look at what it is.
Okay. Give me a history check.
Okay. Okay, things I do not recommend. Playing with Fantasy Grounds on a laptop with a touchpad. That's a 20.
All right. Taking a look at this wood, this painted wood, it appears to be part of some kind of Western temple gate. Before it looked kind of orange to you, but that was actually just something odd about the exposure of the wood to the various mists, and you kind of get the impression that some of it might just be weird Buck cloud residue. In practice, it looks more like normal wood, more treated, but this looks like the kind of wood that would be used in a temple gate. You've seen pictures of them from Vivi.
Gotcha. Cool. In that case, just because she's having fun with it, she is gonna. Yeah, she's gonna attack it with the staff.
Roll a d20 with advantage. Like, there's not an object on the combat tracker for you to attack.
Advantage on. Ah.
Okay, so the
I
19
did.
sticks. When you hit it with the staff, roll me the d100 again.
D100?
Yep.
There we go. 18?
Okay, so you hit it, and when you do, you hear almost like a bell sound, like a temple bell, reverberating through the area. So you've done that. Now roll for me 2d6.
2d6?
Mhm. Okay,
Okay.
so with your 2d6, the skeleton that is next to Mishka is going to take 8 damage.
Oh.
The figure next to Anon is going to take 8 damage
Oh.
from your bonk
Bonk.
and the sound of that toll. And it seems like a very sturdy wood. Like, it had a giant boulder on it and wasn't crushed. You get the impression that, like, you definitely are having an effect on it, but it's still standing up. Well, you hitting it, you can see that this seems to be the top of an archway that is buried deep in the dirt under, but it seems to be intact.
Gotcha. In that case, let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, that would be good, but I don't know that I want to do that. Uh, okay, she's going to, she can't do anything about it right now because she just attacked with the staff.
Mhm.
But she is going to call out to Buck and Non, Aiden, and Mishka and be like, all right, everybody get back to where Johnny is as soon as you can. And she'll have to end her turn there.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
I didn't turn.
Yeah, he's gonna trust Penelope and disengage and go back to where Johnny is. There you go.
Okie doke.
That'll be his turn.
It's Johnny's turn. What would Johnny like to do?
Johnny is gonna take one step back. She is gonna hold action or hold a Eldritch Blast as an action.
Okay.
Until
At who and what is the condition?
Ooh, sorry, the cat just jumped up.
A noble condition.
She's gonna aim it at she's gonna aim it at the rock, and she'll fire it if anything comes out from under the rock.
I mean, it comes out from under the rock. It's presumably not Buck or Penelope. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Okie dokie.
Boop.
All right, so now there's this
Shadow
guy.
weapon, Japanese sword.
Well, someone's holding his sword, which frustrates him, as he would prefer not for that to be what's happening. So he's going to disappear,
Back, you coward.
and as he disappears, the sword disappears from inside of an on shoulder. But wait, he's going to reappear on this side and get to stabbing. Swings at him and
Yeah.
on twists his body and gets stabbed anyway.
Still gets hit. But no! I just killed that back.
You'll notice though,
Rude.
it did less damage than before.
It did.
It would appear that Anon did something that has limited the effectiveness of this sword versus before. He's continuing to do his like hitting anyway trick, and it still obviously hurts, but something about the attack seems diminished by comparison to last time. And that was that. He has used up all of his actions. And new round. Who dis? Hey, it's Anon. There's a guy next to
Hey.
you.
Well, Penelope said to disengage, so and Enon's gonna listen to the fact that Ryan's like, yeah, let's let her do her thing. So disengage.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. He has disengaged.
Actually, I need to double check something. I think that's still a whole action. Pretty sure.
Disengage uses your action.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It does not use your bonus action should that be relevant, but it does use your action.
Yeah.
Which is why it's really funny that you can like disengage and still attack if you have a bonus action attack. I don't think there's anything to stop you from doing that, but I've never really looked into it.
And then I guess bonus action died, even though it's not gonna matter, but like died.
Sure. If that sure. Respect.
Disadvantage, yeah. Just for disrespect.
I mean, there's a lot of that going around. Hey Mishka, disrespect something.
Yeah.
Mishka, freed Penelope, and he does fully intend on heading down to where Johnny is, but first he's gonna do what he does best, and that's violence.
Uh-huh.
Well. Okay. Oh, that actually hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. You broke it.
Indeed.
And now he's gonna head over here, stand in front of Johnny.
Okay. As he moves away, the shadowy figure does get an attack of opportunity on him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bring it on, bitch.
I am like a bear.
Oh.
And that's a natural hit.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna hit no matter what. You may as well not even bother rolling.
Oh, I'm rolling to see if there's a crit.
Fair. That would be his luck.
All right. Pretty weak roll.
Glad that it was a weak roll.
Yeah.
We haven't even made it to the next.
All right, boss bear. Do your thing.
All right, Morgan is up. She sees that Penelope is up to something, so she manifests a chair under herself and pulls out some popcorn. You got this. Buck's turn. Buck is floating around this thing to continue to give you advantage on bonking it because he doesn't know what you're doing, but he understands that he's helpful. He's not that worried because he's currently a cloud.
Okay.
It will be darn.
Okay. Now that everybody has. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. Definitely do not recommend playing with a trackpad. It is the worst.
I agree.
Okay, so she's going to take a step this way so that she's at least basically just a block away from the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be like, she's going to hold up her staff and she's like, okay, the skeletons responded to this. Are you going to respond to this? She's like, she points it at him and she's like, you need to stop now.
You are welcome to roll persuasion.
Okay. Skills. Persuasion. 24.
Okay, roll the D100.
Okay.
Okay.
13.
All right. So you wave the staff at him. You make your case, and when you do that, the shadowy figure in front of you um, holds the puts the sword away, and then places one of his hands inside of his other one, like the inside hand to fist, the outside covering it, and he lowers his head to you.
Oh shit. Okay. She's gonna nod at him and say, okay, I'm only trying to help you. What I'm about to do is probably not gonna look nice, but believe me when I tell you that it is helping you. And she just gonna back away a little further, like on that corner right next to Mishka.
Yep.
And she's gonna take one of the fragmentation grenades out of her bag
Yeah.
and chuck it at the thing that's under the rock.
Okay. Sure. Roll a d20 with advantage.
Mishka now thinks that she is the coolest person in the entire world.
Okay. The fragmentation grenade should have a damage die.
Yep.
Roll that in the chat. You don't need to pick a target. Okay. So you throw that under the rock, and it explodes. And like the buck mist made it pretty easy to land it directly on top of that. And when you did that, the figure in front of you doubles over in pain and looks over at you, doesn't say anything, and looking back over to where you threw the grenade, there are bits of metal all lining up that piece of wood in the ground. It's still standing, well, standing air quotes. It's still intact, but it just took a lot of grenade damage.
Oh boy.
You get the impression from this and his reaction to it that if you can successfully crack that into like more than one piece proper, like you split it down the middle, it will probably sever his connection to this place.
Okay.
Now, whether that's a good or a bad thing, you don't know, but that's probably what will happen.
Okay. Then before I end her turn, she's gonna take one more step back towards the guy. Oh, why can't I drag you, Penelope? There we go. Oh my God, there we go.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna look at him and she is gonna hold up the staff again and she's gonna say, "We're not here to hurt you. Just we're here to help you." I think. And that's gonna be that's gonna be all for her turn.
Okay. Before I cycle us through all the initiative stuff again,
Yeah.
is anyone else gonna do anything before the two of them get turns again?
I mean, if she's gonna hit it again, and we're effectively trying to send him to the other side, Aiden will hit it. Like, if she's going to hit it anyway.
Like you
So,
have
is
the
she...
information that you have. So she told him
Yeah, she
something
just
and she threw a
chucked
grenade.
a grenade in there. Yeah, like, she chucked a grenade and said, "We're trying to help you." He's like, "Ah, okay, yeah, we're on same page. He needs to be sent to the other side. He needs a new leaf." So, he will also take a shot at, that void with
I
the
guess
bow.
Mishka would finally take the potion of superior healing,
Ugh.
That's fair.
which is 8d4 plus 8.
Alright, you said it with advantage?
Yep.
So I just,
What are you hitting it with?
I'm gonna, my, fuck it, first level soul guiding bolt, get some divine light in here, baby.
Mishka rolled a lot of ones.
Oh.
Mark
He
off a
healed,
level
he healed
1.
28.
Bolt, are you, how do I just click advantage and then drag it on? Yeah,
Yeah, just
advantage and then,
that's fine. Like you don't really have the target, but you can just click advantage and then click it and it'll roll it and then we'll say if it hits or not. I mean, that'll hit it.
alright. That's, how
It's like
much?
3d8 or something.
4d6.
46.
I just, radiant, baby, let's go. Get some holiness up in here.
Okay. So you shoot your holy light into the arch thingy sticking out of the ground. And when your divine light hits it, there's a bright flash. Like there's the normal flash that like, designates something as a target, but there's also a bright flash on the shadowy figure in front of you. And first things first, with that flash, the mist goes away.
Ooh.
Second, the figure in front of you, all misty looking, actually flickers and sort of takes on a slightly more solid form for a moment. It appears to be an Asian man with the features you would have expected based on previous descriptions, but solid, more solid looking now. And he looks over at the lot of you with his sword, puts his sword away properly. Like he'd already kind of put it away before, but now it's like firmly adjusted on his side. His hands are crossed, and what you hear in the background is that temple bell again. And then you can see him fading away properly. It seems whatever was binding him here is no longer the case. And as he disappears, you can very briefly see one clairvoyance flash that I'm not going to make you roll for because you're the one who got him. You can see Belle standing in front of a guy who looks like this with her hand up and command seals on it. And then he fades away.
Oh. He's quiet for a moment. Like, not that they probably would realize he's having another vision.
He stares off into space, off into nothing.
Yeah, he's disassociating at this point. Like, he's just like deep thought.
Yeah.
The Iden Suncatcher story.
He's quiet now. He'll do a little prayer as he does pass on.
You're kind of breaking up.
Oh, 1 second.
We.
The hello better.
Yep.
Okay.
far.
Yeah, he does his little, prayers that he does when he's like someone's being sent off to the other side. But otherwise just quiet after seeing that. He may prod at Inan in a little bit, but he's gonna also look over all of you, especially Mishka, who is in pain.
Buck is going to float back out and turn back into Buck.
Covered in blood. He looks a little bit better after he drank the healing potion, but yeah, he's took a lot of damage.
As is often the case, there is no blood on Buck, but a lot of people around him seem to be bleeding or covered in like whatever, and he's perfectly clean.
Penelope still has her 1 extra hit point. She's doing great.
Because nothing hits Penelope.
She may have
get
shit HP, but she good.
Did Mishka get his health back?
No, it did not go back on.
Did not apply it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Items are
It should
weird.
have been 28. Yeah.
Yeah, let me drag that down to you.
Boy.
Come on.
How long did that take for us?
Oh, it applied it as damage. That's not okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right, that's better.
Hey, please, the other way, please.
Yeah, it's just like Mishka was fine.
I
He
need
just starts
to.
sucking more blood. He's like,
I might need to reprogram how health potions work because that should have applied as healing. Okay, whatever. I've applied it the other way now and also compensated for the extra damage taken.
And it's poison Lisa one? No.
It was a test.
Is diet.
Are you worthy?
Unexpected diet. Diet potion. Need more calories.
Instead, he's like, it tastes like strawberries.
Was expecting cheer wine, instead got sun-kissed. Not same. But yeah, that was some violence.
Yeah, violence.
So Morgan's gonna float on down. Right, well that was interesting. You found yourself a ghost liner and put it in the ground.
Yeah.
Was he the one making the rattling noise, you think? Or is there something else here?
I take it our danger sense is not like impeding.
You no longer
with
feel
the...
endangered. And I
Yeah.
will speak up. I think that the rattling noise were those teeth that he was carrying that seemed to fly out from him when he was attacked.
Oh. Yeah.
That makes sense to Mishka.
The skeletons were grown from the teeth.
Okay.
Not horrifying at all.
Guy, I wonder what his deal was. Or, like, why the skeletons were, like, reacting to the staff. I don't know.
Ishka, do you still have connection to Bjord? Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Could you just let Bjord know that I need to talk to Annis at the earliest convenience when we're not wrangling T-Rexes and harvesters?
Oh, yeah, I do that. So he'll relay that message and a condensed play-by-play of the whole fight and whatnot, as they're, I guess, continuing to carefully make their way southward.
Yeah,
Making our way.
the path forward is much easier now that it's not all weird and misty.
Yeah. Whoop. Ignore Penelope's sudden case of zoomies.
She's just so excited she got to use a grenade.
She's like, I got to use a grenade, and I got to use the staff, and it did cool shit.
I just got bit and stabbed a lot, really.
Maybe this, like, lets me command monsters or something. I don't know.
So the party does actually look pretty roughed up, right? Most of them, at least. Like, especially Mishka.
Mishka definitely has taken some damage.
Johnny,
Inan has
Mishka,
taken some
Inan,
damage.
Johnny.
No one hit Buck. No one hit Penelope.
Yeah, not
No one hit
Aiden.
Morgan or Aiden. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's mostly the three of them. Like, it's enough of damage where it's like, oh, we're about to get into another fight, and y'all, Mishka.
And it's only give me one potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a bunch of it.
I'll be fine. Let's keep going.
It just stops you full stop. No! No, you will not. Let me double check really quick the versus of this. D8, so be...
He has like wiped the blood off of his like face, but otherwise just left it.
Oh my god.
Some of the holes, some of the slash marks have healed up, but like there's still like slash marks in his clothing.
Yeah, fuck it. 5th level spell slot, mass cure wounds.
Well,
Y'all are...
Penelope's gonna just, like, put a hand on Mishka's arm and be like, you did good. Then do a first level healing going for
Oh my
5.
god.
Thank you for that, boss bear. Your hand comes back covered in blood.
My god.
I think you dropped this.
How do I roll this individually onto each person?
I can target them for you if you want.
Okay, so roll once or roll...
Mishka's that me.
It'll live your old ones, but let me target all of them for you. So who are you targeting? Everyone who's hurt?
Inan, Mishka, and then Johnny. Those are the ones that are hurt in the party.
Okay. Mishka, Inan, Johnny. Okay, you've targeted everyone who's hurt. Roll the healing once, and it should apply to all of them.
15. Mark off my 5th level spell slot. Pain.
As he's getting healed, like, yeah, there was a samurai ghost man. Really fucked me up. To Bjorn.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, he responded to the staff that Boss Bear has.
Penelope is just now convinced that she can control monsters.
But yeah, parties healed up.
All right, party is healed up. So
At least mostly healed up.
as confirming, neither party is taking a short rest.
Oh, we
So
gotta run.
you're going to continue to plan on converging on the Harvester pack with like 28 or whatever dudes and like
T-Rexes.
like 10 T-Rexes, I think.
No. Oh, did they
You
have a
killed it.
dozen and then we stole 2?
Yeah,
Or
you
did they
killed
have
off
10?
2, so there's still 10.
10. Okay.
Vivid resource paid.
Okay, well, we'll definitely pick up on that one next time, because that's a whole thing. But yes, you will successfully get there ahead of the other group and be able to set up a pincer. So what's going to happen is, um, when we start next time, I will add all of the parties to one giant map with them in the middle, and then you can decide how you want to start that.
Cool.
I assume there's going to be a lot of violence.
How much?
Violence!
Violence.
When Fast and Furious converge.
That's where you'll find your family.
Yes! Oh,
But hey,
I believe in you.
congratulations. You had the right combination of skills to not get completely skewered by someone who could sneak attack on every attack.
Hey.
Always hit no matter what.
Always hits no matter what, sometimes crits. Has the ability to disappear and appear behind someone with sneak attack
Yeah.
advantage every time. And once you hit the arch a little bit, the gate, you turned off his added poison damage.
Oh, good.
Good.
Man, we really did bring the wrong party. Would have
I
been
don't know what you're
immune.
talking
No,
about.
I think we brought the right party, because I feel like Belle would have got fucked up by that sneak attack damage.
No, he wouldn't have attacked her.
No, you could
Oh,
just walk
yeah,
through
because
and
she's...
you'd never even known he was there.
Yeah.
It would have been very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Oh, gasp. Because, yeah, she is... she is, as Medea right now.
It would
Mhm.
be very boring. You'd be like, what's
Mhm.
the big deal with these rocks? And I'd be like, I don't know. Like when you walk through a ghost village and you had a bird scaring all the ghosts away, so nothing happened.
Uh-huh.
Also, if you had Hemlock here, that would have been a whole thing.
That
Oh,
too.
man,
And
yeah.
then the second Wraith of a servant from the Grail War that we run into, because we ran into Berserker also,
Yep.
remember? Yeah.
Although in the
It's
case of this one, Sasaki Kotro is actually a wraith.
yeah, that's also true.
You actually just ran into the real one. He's just not really a servant anymore because he's obviously not part of a Grail War.
He's just going back to where he needs to
Which is
go.
why he
Live a
did
good
not have
life.
servant protection. You nearly dropped him in one round.
Hehe.
You did a lot of damage.
Look, I was told that like Morgan was like, "This isn't gonna kill him. We gotta find a thing," and I was like, that's
Well, that
fine."
was still true. Like, yeah, like he would have gone to 0 HP, and then every round he would have reformed and ambushed you again. Like
Oh, it was
that's his thing.
awful.
He's essentially a lich.
Yeah. Well, he
He's just a lich
survived
with a much
Medea.
shorter respawn time.
He survived Medea tearing his ribcage open for no reason, literally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the way that he dies in each path is something.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he has a better life this time.
Well, I mean, the sad thing is, I guess if anyone's wandered in this late, spoilers for Fate Stay Night, um, he's always been a wraith. He was never real. So like, it's not a matter of getting a better life. He's just not stuck with this stupid gate anymore. He was bound to a
Yeah.
location.
Now he can be, he was a wraith, but now he could be a good little
He could go somewhere
spirit.
else and do something else
Yeah.
and show up in Grand
Go on
Order to
vacation.
fight Musashi at some point.
He went back to the root or
He
something.
he went to the beach episode. He's having a good time now.
He's driving a big rig, his true calling. Carnival Phantasm is amazing. Anyway,
I
this is all
love.
of our nonsense for this time. Thank you everyone for watching. We had a long
Yeah.
episode. We violenced. We got some interrogation in a long time ago. Some information was had. Good times.
Good times indeed.
Next time there will be a giant combat, so I guess expect that session to be long and possibly more than one session, depending on how quickly it goes. Hooray!
Hooray!
Good night, the
Dino
internet.
Diana.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.